Access Sacramento presents Hometown Sports Game of the Week. Major underwriting support this season for Hometown Sports Game of the Week on Access Sacramento is provided by the Sacramento Metropolitan Cable Television Commission. Access Sacramento also thanks Sharif Jewelers, fine jewelers since 1932. Sharif Jewelers, a longtime sponsor of community television. And Folsom Lake Honda, a proud sponsor of Access Sacramento's Hometown TV and Game of the Week, and a partner in our community, Folsom Lake Honda.
Despite area hardship and tragedy in the region, and in the midst of cancellations and postponements, the 2018 high school football season has reached the semifinal round here in the Sac-Joaquin section. As a result, Access Sacramento is primed and ready to bring you the final encounter of the semifinal round this evening on the Hometown Sports Game of the Week. And we're happy to be bringing you the CIF Sac-Joaquin section semifinal round, the Les Schwab Tires Football Championships. Good evening and welcome. Along with the Imperator of Analysis, Hall of Famer Jim Domino, I'm Will James. Nice to have you with us tonight. Dry conditions out here in Elk Grove. We are on the campus of Monterey Trail High School for this semi-final blockbuster. Coach Domino, we have the number 2 seed versus the number 3 seed. Two programs steeped in success. What more can we ask for tonight?
Not much more, and we got the weatherman on our side as well. No wind, no rain, and a great matchup. These two teams are as evenly matched up as possible. Possibly one of the top passing teams in Oak Ridge versus one of the top running Veer teams in the area, and of course Monterey Trail.
Well, it will be quite an interesting assessment to see who adjusts better to what has been a very confusing and trying time here, given the time off. A stretch of time, a duration that we haven't seen previously, Jim.
Never in the history of Sac-Joaquin, and perhaps even the whole state. But this section alone, with 195, 200 high schools, has never seen anything like it, where you're playing one game in 3 weeks and possibly one game in 4 weeks. These two teams went by on the first round, played on the second round, and then took 2 weeks off to come here tonight and play. Totally unheard of.
It certainly is. We are going to encounter some very unique things in this game. Now, the last time out, these two teams obviously had success in advancing. And the last meeting, as you see here, involving Oak Ridge and Monterey Trail, it was 3 years ago. And tight for one half, Jim.
Well, it certainly was. 2015, what a game. It was very tight. Following a tight first half, the Trojans took control right after intermission and cruised to a very decisive victory, 35-14.
Well, you can best believe that'll be on the minds of the Monterey Trail Mustangs. These two teams took the field a couple of weeks ago. It seems like longer, but they both knocked out victories to advance to this stage. And for the Monterey Trail Mustangs, what a lopsided game it was against Pittman.
Well, it certainly was, and we did that ball game well. Certainly, Pittman scored first, and then the Mustangs tallied for 63 unanswered points, led by 42-7 at the half, and cruised to an easy victory with a running clock going in the second half. Just a tremendous performance by that Veer offense.
It most certainly was, and those Central Valley teams did not fare well in the early rounds of the playoffs. Now, the impact players are going to have to stand tall tonight, and for Eric Cavalier's Trojans, their tonic is going to determine how up for this game they're going to be.
Well, certainly. Let's start with that big left tackle, Zach Welch. All 6'5", 290 of them, all-league performer 2 years in a row. Plays some defense as well. Of course, Jacob Cornell, that other guard, outstanding, will play some D. Sawyer Merritt at that wide receiver spot, gifted athlete. Nathan Adelman, watch him number 6 because he is an outstanding linebacker, lineman type, and a hard-nosed running back. Sam Sanders, very quick, an excellent linebacker, and Gage King, watch him on both ends, particularly on offense, very elusive receiver.
Monterey Trail head coach TJ Ewing will counter with the Major Mustangs. They have been dynamite all year, and he really pays tribute to his seniors.
Well, he certainly does, and let's start with Andrew Almonte, their starting D-line. Outstanding year, 71 tackles. Noah Casares, O-line defense, two-way starter. Brandon Hua playing linebacker, outstanding tight end. David Nawasa now well, injured part of the year. Arturo Pantoja just having an outstanding year on both ends of the football. And last but not least, Jermaine Spearman playing tight end a little bit and defensive end, having a great year with 5 sacks.
The Metro champion Mustangs from Monterey Trail checking in with an 11-0 mark against the 8-3 Oak Ridge Trojans. We have the table set beautifully for you, and we're just getting started here tonight on Access Sacramento's Hometown Sports Game of the Week. You stick around. When we return, we'll check in with Lauren Goodman, and as usual, she has lots more on tonight's big playoff matchup. Stay with us.
Hey, you.
Yeah, you. Getting that college education?
What are you gonna do? Graduate and take some office job?
Be like everybody else?
Or will you dare do something different?
Like, be a teacher. You could be my teacher.
You got the skills.
The smarts? Yes, you.
You could be the teacher I never forget.
That'd be cool.
Does that corporate job even have recess?
What are you gonna make of yourself?
What are you gonna make of me?
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made this vacation happen.
Double points with every purchase?
Cleverly merging promotions.
Love it.
Cross-referencing travel sites. And booking all your flights with those...
Vouchers. I got us bumped.
They were like, oh. But now they're like... Aloha. You aced this vacation. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
Start a story. Adopt at theshelterpetproject.org.
Welcome aboard. Nice to have you with us this evening. We're out in Elk Grove here at Monterey Trail High School for Access Sacramento's Hometown Sports Game of the Week, and it is a semifinal round blockbuster. Oak Ridge taking on host Monterey Trail. Let's check in with Lauren Goodman for more on tonight's matchup. Lauren?
Well, guys, tonight we have two coaches who are trying to get to the final destination, but they got to conquer this game first. For the Trojans, they are being led by Eric Cavalier. Coach Cavalier is in his 12th season with Oak Ridge. This far, he's had 101-43 record since he's been at Oak Ridge. In 2012 and 2013, Coach had his best seasons to date with 12-2, along with the SVC title in 2008 and 2009. Out of the last 12 years, he's been there, he's made it to the playoffs 11 seasons, and 13 and 11 in the playoffs. Coach Cavalier understands in that 2012 and 2013 season, he got to the D1 finals but fell short to Granite Bay and Folsom. Has to handle tonight's game and tonight's matchup for the Trojans. Now the Mustangs are being led by the one and only head coach in school history, that is TJ Ewing. Ewing is in his 13th year with the Mustangs. He has a 78-77 overall record here. 2018 has been the year for the Mustangs and Coach Ewing. This year he has a 10-0 record and is pushing. He's also in his longest winning streak in school history as 11-0, along with the Metro League title. Before this season, Coach had his best season in 2009, where he was 11-3, got that Co-Delta League championship, as well as the SJS finals. Two coaches who are trying to get their teams to get the hardware, but they have to handle tonight. Tonight is 2-for-2 meeting. 2 times these teams are meeting, and they've met once before tonight, but tonight is going to be their second round. Now, the 2 teams have come together always when it matters, so they have 2 matchups in the playoffs, and the first one happened about 3 years ago down in the opening round of the D1 playoffs at Oak Ridge. Now, it was one for the books at the time. D1 bound, Notre Dame bound star Oak Ridge for Ian Book, where they squared off against Monterey Trail's Robert Holt in a head-to-head headline of classy quarterback duels. Now, these 2 teams did not fall short in numbers, and neither did these 2 quarterbacks. If you see the numbers here, it was pretty even kill, but leaning to Book. Obviously, they had an 80% completion rate as well as the 235 yards. Now, there was a split where Oak Ridge defense dominated and got an interception, but right in this matchup, close matchup where one's more throwing, one's a passing, but the running yards were matched up as well, where Book got to throw for 1 as well for run for 1. Now, the numbers show us one story, but there was definitely more to that setup, and there was 5 different players for the Trojans to score in that game. So they had a balanced attack. Oda, Brown, and Andrus totaled up for a combined of 44 tackles with a strong Trojan defense, and the Trojans boosted a 14-6 halftime and dominated in the second half. Tonight will be either a story of previous history or a magical night in Mark Macra Stadium. Back to you, Will.
Well, thank you very much, Lauren. Nice setup for that, and it is a rather dynamic matchup of 2 quality programs, and as usual, there are key factors and considerations in tonight's contest, and as usual, the Imperator has laid it out for you.
Oh, here we go. This is as even a matchup as we've seen all year on paper, I'll tell you that. Who played the tougher schedule? We'll go with Oak Ridge on that, obviously. They played in that tough SFL versus the Metro team. Yeah, versus the Metro League of Monterey Trail. So I tell you right now that edge goes there. Pro spread versus Veer, we'll rate it even because certainly TJ's ball club, Monterey Trail, is great at the Veer. Pro spread, Coach Cavalier does a great job with that. Overall team speed, we got to go with Monterey Trail. Believe me, they got speed on both ends of the football. They only given up 8.7 points per game on D to home field advantage. Of course, Monterey Trail here, they're hosting, so they get the edge on home field advantage. Now, when it comes to turnover type ratio, sacks, interceptions, and fumble recoveries, that's pretty much even. Look at that. Monterey Trail, 26 sacks. Oak Ridge, 25, and then interception, 12-8. Favor of Monterey Trail. Fumble recoveries, 13-11, very close, so we'll rate that even. Passing, you definitely got to give the edge to the Trojans because of Jenner, and I'll tell you, watch him throw. He's a big, strong kid. He's got outstanding receivers. Rushing attack, they don't get much better than having those Budget and Oliver in your backfield with a lot of good backup runners. I'll tell you, they average over 10 yards a pop. Defense, I'll give the edge to Monterey Trail. because I'll tell you, they fly to the football. They're not big up front. They got a lot of linebacker type size guys up front that can really run to the football. They pursue well. So I'll say that with that overall team speed, certainly I'll give an edge to Monterey Trail. But when you get right down and you total everything up, this is a great matchup, a 2 against a 3, Will.
I couldn't agree more. Stick around. We're going to come back from this break, and at that time we'll examine starting lineups and having already braced for tonight's opening kickoff. We'll be right back.
What if you could invest in the future of kids, like a stock? Not the kind of stock that's about making money, but a stock for social change. A whole new kind of investment called Better Futures. When you invest, it helps kids go to college. Believe in us, invest in us, watch us grow.
My name is Sydney, and I'm your dividend.
Most of my family, they never graduated high school or even let alone go to college, so I'm trying to break that barrier. Every day after work, went straight to school, studied hard, and it paid off. I could not have done it alone. I see the future is really bright for me. The high school diploma is just added to the confidence, and now I feel unstoppable.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
As you see there, co-captains for both squads meeting at the midfield stripe, and of course the officials are going to be on the spot to properly monitor tonight's crucial playoff game, and they do have some veterans in this officiating lineup assigned by the NCOA. You see the white cap gentleman with his back to us there. The veteran Ray Pulley will be in charge and have the final say on everything. Our umpire tonight, Robbie Murphy. Mark Evans will serve as our head linesman. Theron Caldwell, the line judge. And our back judge this evening, Kaylee McGowan. Always an important element is the nature of the calls on penalties and judgment decisions that may or may not be validated by video replay or what have you. So those are the ones we cannot anticipate, but when they drop into the game, they're certainly prominent. So here's a look at what we consider ideal fall football conditions, particularly after 3 days of rain. 57 degrees at present here in Elk Grove at Monterey Trail High School. Just a whisper of a breeze at 4. The humidity, as you see there, jacked up to 93, and pretty clear as a bell on our visibility factor. So the fans that have turned out will not have to brave wet weather. Well, Star Spangled Banner, rather appropriate to get things underway here. Our national anthem again. We are in Elk Grove for Access Sacramento's hometown sports game of the week, and this is the CIF Sac-Joaquin Section Les Schwab Tires Football Championships, and we have reached the semifinal round. All other playoff games were staged last evening. This is the only Saturday ball game. The winner of tonight's contest, Jim Domino, the daunting task of facing top-ranked Folsom High School, but first things first.
Yes, they do. They got to take care of business here tonight, and it looks like we're in good hands coming in. That sheriff's helicopter is over the top.
Yes, it is, and it will be Oak Ridge kicking off from our left to our right to start the ball game. So the Mustangs will get first possession. Hills and Jones stationed at the 15-yard line, and the deep returners, Crump. And he's coming out with it. Touchback, though. So nothing doing on that, and it'll be 1st and 10 from the 20. As the catch was taken by Caleb Ramseur. And we are ready to rock.
Well, talk about touchbacks. Certainly, Bryce Law, and we'll talk more about him later, has had a great year with those touchbacks, hasn't he, Will?
He has indeed. We'll set that Mustangs offense momentarily. This is a run-heavy veer offense engineered by QB Zach Laurier under center. He keeps and rolls, looks to throw, and fires on the run. He's got a completion up along that right sideline, and Budget leaked out of the backfield to make the grab. And there you see a very fast, very potent offense led by Laurier and that trio of Oliver, Budget, and you'll also be seeing 2 other quality backs come in, and then Waugh, Crump, and Mirza rounding out the skill set. And then that interior line anchored in the middle by Thompson, and with veterans left and right. 1st and 10. Football parked.
Number 34, Victor Oliver on the carry.
Boy, that was a quick opener.
We want to make a real quick announcement.
Well, right after they move the chains, they get that tempo going quick.
For the Oak Ridge D, front 4, Kane, Cornell, Whiting, and Adelman. The backers, leading tackler Sam Sanders with Ennie and Neighbors, and then that secondary with the veterans, Jacobs and Merrill. Not this time. The play stacked.
Well, I'll tell you, right now it's 3rd and about a short 3. Oak Ridge D did a good job. That front line, Adelman, Welsh, and Murphy closed things up pretty quick.
Okay, the football spotted here at the Mustangs 39-yard line, 38 more accurately, and it is 3rd and 3. Straight ahead blast, and he looks to be short, but let's see where they spot.
How Budget on the carry out near the 1st down.
Well, he gave him a good spot, Will. He's about a half-yard short. Sanders with the tackle, but I'll tell you, they're lined up with a 6-man front and saying, hey, they're defying you to throw the football.
Well, here's 4th and a foot. Hold on to yourselves.
Watch Larry come up maybe and take it himself.
Double wide to the near side. Turn and give. They pound it and appear to have it by a good yard or more.
Budget with the 1st down run for the Mustangs.
So Budget getting a workout early. They move the chains. 1st and 10 Mustangs from the Monterey Trail 43. Another look.
Well, there you see you give the Budget, and didn't get much, but he didn't need much to move the chains. 1st and 10.
Short drop, fire left. Here's a hookup out here. Crump's got the catch. Comes to the near sideline, and he's right near that 1st down marker. So Nice safe play, and here's another look at this hitch pass.
Play. Second down and 3, right at midfield.
Harrier looked in there, and you see Crump to the sideline where he strung the play out for a few extra yards before getting dumped by Sawyer Merrill. Second and 3 from midfield. Left side, a hard blast and a hard tackle there. Wow, that was some hard hitting there by Ryan Aney.
Well, that was a big hit.
Tackle by number 30, Sam Sanders.
It looked, that hole was open wide, and I thought he was going for big yards, Will. But I'll tell you, look at that closure on 51.
Third and 1.
Outstanding.
3rd and 1. Football into Oak Ridge territory at the Trojan 48-yard line. Left hash mark lineup, double wide receivers to the right. Turn and give, they blast it ahead and have a first down and about 7 yards to spare. And I'll tell you, that was a great blast there by Budget. And credit the O-line.
30 Sam Sanders on the tackle once again along with number 61, Anthony Whiting.
Good look there at TJ Ewing up along that Mustang sideline.
Mustangs doing what they do well. Move the chains, control the clock.
From the Oak Ridge 42, 1st and 10. Throw out to the right side. He's got a completion, but it's just a short pickup, if anything.
Great coverage out there by, it looked like Delwich. E.J. Delwich closed fast.
He did. They lost about a foot on that. Here's another look at that coverage.
Take a look at it, yes. Comes up here, makes a very nice tackle in the open field. Okay, let's see here now with long yardage how Oak Ridge defends here. They still are lining up with 5 and 6 in the box.
2nd and 11, straight drop back, look left. Fire out here, incomplete.
Pass incomplete.
Going for Budget.
3rd and 11 for Mustang.
Coverage out there from Justin Lamson.
Very fortunate. That young sophomore Lamson, who's a backup quarterback, is a very good athlete. We saw a little bit of him earlier against Folsom, and I'll tell you, he's outstanding. They're counting on him to become the quarterback of the future, Will, but he's a good DB.
You saw Zach Laurier halfway to the sideline to get the play call. It's 3rd and 11. They toss and come to the near side. Big room, and looks like close to a first down at the 30. Budget is really getting a workout.
He turned the corner, and fortunately Sawyer Merrill with the tackle, first down, Will. But I'll tell you what, he got around the corner and a key down for them. Take a look at this, Budget, nice block out there. And Sawyer Merrill catches up with him in the open field.
We're early on here, 7:45 to go as we near midway first. Monterey Trail took the kickoff, and they've held the football since. Quick hitch right side. Crump sidesteps 2 players and works ahead for apparent first down yardage inside the 20.
Well, that's some great new moves after the catch, Will. He evaded 2 or 3 tacklers.
Well, Zach Laurier in quest of setting a new standard for touchdown passes in a season at Monterey Trail. He trails Mike Calvin by just 1. Calvin, a superlative career, so let's keep an eye on that. First down. Up the gut.
Victor Oliver,
they make it to the 15-yard line.
Well, yes.
Gain of 4.
I'll tell you what, they're just, like I say, they're moving the football down the field. And if you watch the offside line, if you get a chance to take a look at the offside line, the linemen away from where the play is run, they get down the field. They really do. They get in the way of that secondary.
Gain of 4 for Victor Oliver, 2nd and 6. A methodical drive. They run wide right and bite off another slice. Left, right, up the middle.
Tackle by number 5, E.J. Delwicki.
Well, right now with a great fake to Budget. Second man through, he gave it to Oliver, and Budget got tackled by 3 people. Great fake by Laurier.
Well, I guess they're about 4.5 inches shy.
Grammatically correct since 2004.
Second and a matter of inches.
Well, I love this, believe it or not. I know they got the running attack, but I love a play-action pass on this because the whole world is keying them just trying to get a first down.
Well, T.J. Ewing, as we see the measurement, and they're going to be just a little bit short.
Well, I think you measured it right. Looks like 4.5 to 6. How'd you do that from here, Will?
Oh, well.
Play is about three lengths short of a first down.
Here we go. A perfect down to try something deceptive if they choose to. However, it looks like the Mustangs want to re-huddle.
Well, it is a great play action down, Will. It really is.
This has been a sustained drive since the opening kickoff, but this brings up a third and a few inches. And we'll see exactly how much Monterey Trail wants to bite off here. Laurier.
Wow, did he get off?
He sure did. A blast inside the 5. Oliver.
Tackle by number 51, Ryan.
Yeah.
Wouldn't want to try to tackle him.
No, I'll tell you, Ennie made a solo tackle there. It's amazing. Ryan Ennie, take a look at the get off by Budget and that line. Look at this. I'm impressed with that tackling ability of Ennie.
You bet. First and goal. And whistles are going to cancel out this play.
Yeah, somebody was moving.
Ball start against the Mustangs. Back them up 5.
That is an avoidable 5-yard penalty that temporarily reverses the momentum of this drive.
Well, Monterey Trail is doing what they do well and have done well all year long. They've used half a quarter, and here they are down on around the 9-yard line, 10-yard line, and they've controlled the clock.
Everybody packed in tight except for wide left. Look at that drive, Budget.
Well,
Budget.
I'll tell you.
Pounds it down inside
to the 2-yard line on second and third effort.
Well, that shows you what a great back does. Yards after contact. Watch how many men hit Budget, twist, squirm, pivot, fight for more yardage. Wow, impressive run. Impressive.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if they gave it to him again. Let's see how they want to handle this on second and goal. Laurier handed off. Touchdown Mustangs on the carrier by Budget.
Takes it in for the Mustangs. TD.
So the Mustangs draw first blood on the board here at the 5-minute mark.
80 yards, 7-minute drive for the Mustangs, capped off by the 3-yard touchdown run by Jahal Budget.
Kick on the way. Got it.
Conversion is good.
At the 5-minute mark. Another look.
Well, I'll tell you what, Budget really showed me a lot yards after contact on that one, didn't he, Will?
He sure did. We'll be right back.
They never graduated high school or even let alone go to college, so I'm trying to break that barrier. Every day after work, went straight to school, studied hard, and it paid off. I could not have done it alone. I see the future is really bright for me. The high school diploma is just added to the confidence, and now I feel unstoppable.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
The host Mustangs on the board first. An well-executed opening drive. Cashed in with a short TD run. So now A kickoff upcoming, and the Oak Ridge Trojans will have their hands on the football for the first time. High but short into the right side, taken near the 15-yard line, and good running room up the far side. A cutback and a reverse. Jacobs. Whoa.
Whoa, what a run back.
Well, I'll tell you, that was some superior effort by Avant Jacobs. As a result, terrific field position upcoming for Matt Jenner and the Trojan offense at their own 49.
Well, let's see if the Trojan respond after giving up 7 points in 7 minutes. Why, let's see what Jenner and company can do with the football to even up this football game.
3 wideouts to the left, pistol formation shown early on. Jenner, a real gunslinger, has thrown for nearly 2,000 yards this year. They run it on first down, short yardage, and let's take a look. Matt Jenner heading the offense, Adelman at dynamite fullback, and there you see the 4 wideouts led by Merrill and Jacobs. The O-line, a good one. Welch, multiple all-leaguer, same for Cornell. Gain of 2, 2nd and 8 from the Monterey Trail 49. And perhaps a change of the play from the Trojan sideline. Left side run, barely past the line of scrimmage. And here is a very fast, shifty defense. That front 4 is dynamite. Keenan, Pantoja, Almonte, and Spearman. The backers are formidable, led by leading tackler Marcus Jones Jr. And in that secondary, some ball hawking by that trio. Jenner to throw, has protection, fires left, tipped away, well defended, incomplete. Adams with the coverage. So that'll bring up 4th down and 8. And Oak Ridge showing their punt team coming out, and of course that means the appearance of Bryce Law, an outstanding kicker in all regards.
Well, he ran out of field. I thought Jenner should have released the ball a little early, and a great defensive effort by Adams, but he was open early. The receiver was open.
The punt bounding, and it's going to be, looks like it's downed inside the 5. What a tremendous punt. How about Bryce Law?
Well, during the week we talked about this, Will, and I told you Coach Cavalier said he can place the ball as well.
Well, he's done wonders for this ball club in kickoffs. You see there 28 touchbacks this season. He's an effective placement punter. PATs 45 out of 50. And he's got 4 field goals on the season, so he can hit from mid-range. So 1st and 10 Mustangs from the Monterey Trail 4. Laurier tosses.
That's a great
Oliver
effort.
Trying to shake away, but too much containment there.
Yeah, that's a great job by Lampson again, the young sophomore. Lampson, he's going to have quite a few, I think, stats before he retires that number at Oak Ridge. Lampson, the young sophomore, with a nice tackle coming from his safety position all the way up.
Gain of 1, 2nd and 9 from the Monterey Trail 5. They're in a deep hole right now. This could be a big chance for the Oak Ridge defense. Lario rolls, looks, fires. He's got Budget, who strings out the play, stays alive, gets across the 10, across the 15, to about the 17. Look at that.
That is great effort because the 2 or 3 missed tackles. Wow. Great effort by Budget. It looked to me like he had 5 at the most, but boy, he makes something out of nothing.
Let's take another look at that effort.
Okay, there's Larrier on the rollout. He sees Budget there wide open, and there's a missed tackle, and another missed tackle, And here comes the great second effort by him.
1st and 10 after that play. Stay on the ground and blast ahead for a couple. Short yardage on the play. Nice gang tackling there. And again, Oliver dropped by middle linebacker Ryan Eney. Gain of 1, 2nd and 9.
Italian Cook in that lineup too.
Minute 49 remaining, late first. Monterey Trail has had the ball almost the entire quarter. Off the left side, again, short yardage.
For 14, Budget.
Budget really getting a workout. Lamson and help from Hunter Neighbors on the stop.
Well, here we got a 3rd and 5, big down here. Once again, with this vaunted running attack with Budget and Oliver, you never know. For most teams, this is a passing down. They got to move the chains, but who knows? Larrier, a gifted quarterback who's definitely a run threat and can throw on the run as well as the pocket.
Eli Mirza, number 11, into the ball game for Monterey Trail. Larrier looks left and fires out there. Nice tackle on Crump, who was trying to push ahead for the first down.
He's short about 2.5.
Sawyer Merrill with the tackle. Here's another look.
Just a quick 3-step and a turnaround, and he stayed with him out there, Sawyer Merrill. Boy, are they going to quick kick or what? They're going for it on 4th and 2.
It looks like it. The quarter winding down.
Quick kick, there it is.
Here's the kick on the way, short and not very effective. It does take a bit of a bounce for the Mustangs, out of bounds near the Monterey Trail 45. So, good field position upcoming again for Oak Ridge.
They sure did, and the way they were aligned, you could almost smell that quick kick or surprise kick element. Now, a very short field with that ball. Looks like its ball is on the 46-yard line. And what I was surprised at in the last drive was 3 downs and punt was he only throw the football on 3rd down, Will. He waited, you know, he gave the big fella, Jenner, only 1 attempt to throw in that drive.
On 1st down, they run left and cannot get outside. Nice lateral containment. Gain of 1.
Towards the edge, tackled by number 42, Marcus Jones Jr.
Well,
gain about 1.5 on the play.
There's a give to 26 out there.
And ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of the first quarter.
We've played one here at Monterey Trail High School. Access Sacramento's hometown sports game of the week. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Lourdes Stefan, host of Univision's Sal y Pimienta. Cancer doesn't just change the way you feel, it changes the way you look. From losing your hair, even your eyebrows, to changes in your skin and nails, cancer treatment can rob you of your confidence and self-esteem. But Look Good, Feel Better changes all that. More than 800,000 women have learned how to address the appearance side effects of cancer.
Okay, we open second quarter action in Monterey Trail territory. Oak Ridge trying to crank up the offense. They run wide left and bite off a nice little hunk there. So Oak Ridge staying on the ground.
Number 24, Guy Lozado on the carry. Tackled by number 18, Andre
Lozado,
Crump, 3rd and short for the
a
Trojans.
good double threat. He can hurt you running and receiving. And bites off 7 here, so it's 3rd and 2. Trojans on the move, just outside the Monterey Trail 35. Adelman running right,
No, he faked
with the
Adelman.
fake.
Jenner takes it on a draw at quarterback keeper. Everybody was thought Adelman
Jenner
had
on
the
the
ball.
keeper falls forward for the Trojan first down.
There you see a fake to Adelman, and Jenner keeps it himself, enough to move the chains.
Just underway here in the second quarter. A bit more than 11 minutes remaining. Oak Ridge down 7, but on the move. Jenner has time. Looks, flush, and he's going to be dropped all the way back at the Monterey Trail 45. Well, this underrated front four is one of the best in the area, and Marcus Jones, the leading tackler, second leading tackler, backs up that front four. He has registered 124 stops, second in the section.
Well, I'll tell you, the Oak Ridge coaching staff probably got about another 5 years older on that big loss.
Jenner throws outside to Lamson. Good cut, big room. He's all alone and makes the sideline, shoved out near the 15-yard line.
Trojans get it all back with the screen pass.
Young Lamson, very impressive. Justin Lamson, number 10. There's Jenner. Quick screen off to the left with Lamson. Nice cut back inside using his blockers. He doesn't look like a sophomore, does he, Will?
No, he doesn't. So a look to the bench. Eric Cavalier and staff certainly want to take advantage of this drive. Triple wide receivers to the far side right. They run it, and Merrill, you know, he's a very deceptive offensive player because he can do so many things.
Well, he is. Sawyer Merrill can do it all. He can play a little running back in the Wildcat, and he's a receiver. And, of course, he's an outstanding defensive back.
So they flip the 3 wide receivers to the near side, and Jenner looks that way and throws the swing, but it's very well defended and goes nowhere. Adelman had no chance.
Nathan Adelman taken down hard by number 15, Levi Philpott. Loss on the play.
They're keying Adelman, as you noticed, every time he touches the ball or near touches, they're all over that area. And it almost looks like they're boxing and playing one-on-one with Adelman, who is their top ball carrier.
3rd and 7 after the Levi Philpott tackle of Adelman. Jenner looks, flushed, on the run, throws to the end zone. Touchdown Trojans. Wow.
Jacobs, Avon Jacobs with the catch. Wow.
Jenner did a beautiful job of staying composed on that play when it was a busted play, basically, but he found that open receiver. 7-6, they line up for 2. Fire out to the right side near the goal line, and he is in. So the Trojans score the TD, and they succeed in going for 2, and as a result, they take an 8-7 lead. Here's how that happened.
Watch Jenner here. Watch him flush the pocket. He spots Jacobs down there, right there on the goal line. And I love the way they did this, Will.
We'll be right back for more of the Hometown Sports Game of the Week.
No doubt you're going places, young lady.
Thank you. And thank you for the interview as well. I can imagine it was the last thing that you wanted to do after such a long campaign meeting.
You really are a very intelligent young woman. You're very smooth.
You're very smooth yourself.
You have no idea.
Well, head coach Eric Cavalier had no hesitation going for the 2, and the Trojans converted. And here's the kickoff. A step into the end zone, call it a touchback, and out to the 20, Caleb Ramseur.
Well, Bryce Law is 2 for 2 on the touchbacks. What a weapon that is to have, force teams to drive an 80-yard field. You know, Will?
So there they are from their 20. One lead change occurring just now. Short yardage blast gets a couple out to the 22 or so.
Victor Oliver with the short gain for the Mustangs.
We're still early here in the second quarter. 8:55 to go as the Mustangs break their huddle, trailing it here 8-7. 2nd and 8 from the 22. Great defense right there.
Bobble on the pitch there. Zach Larry recovers for a short loss.
So they fumble the football, get it back.
Be 3rd and long for the Mustangs.
And it puts the Mustangs in a hole here.
Well, watch, it looks like he actually bumped into one of his pulling linemen that hit his elbow and lost the football temporarily. He was going to pitch out to Budget.
Okay, big play here, 3rd and 11. Would seem to be an obvious passing down, but who knows? Split backs, Laurier wants to throw, deep sideline route. Crump up to the catch at midfield as he made a leaping grab over the top of Sawyer Merrill.
Well, Merrill was in a great position to intercept that pass.
Well, Zach Laurier earning his keep through the air. Again, he's closing in on high C Mike Calvin for TD passes in a single season. Calvin threw 17 in 2009. Right now, Laurier running with 16. Football at midfield, 1st and 10 Mustangs. Short yardage on a right side blast. Budget with the carry.
Gain of 3 for the Mustangs.
And
down at 7.
Well, once again, with that great backfield with Oliver, Larrier, and Budget, they're content on moving the football 3 or 4 yards at a clip, moving the chains, etc.
Well, they got 4 on that one. Short drop. He goes left side, sidestep, but he does get away. Big speed, far side, inside the 30. Look at that acceleration by Crump.
Well, Crump's having a huge game, one huge game. Andre Trump.
Okay, let's take a look. Left side, there's the grab. He's surrounded, but gets away from Jacobs, and that set up the big gain after the contact.
Well, Andre Crump has come into the game tonight with 11 touchdowns. He's averaging 22.1 per catch, Will.
Yes, he is. Roughly half his catches are touchdowns. Right side running, it's strung out, but turned the corner. Something out of nothing right there. You know, Budget, known for speed, but he is a tough power back as well.
Well, very impressive tonight because he's making people miss, and then his yards after contact are tremendous. I mean, he's getting great mileage out of his runs, and he's running with great passion tonight, I'll tell you that.
He certainly is. Again, this is a semi-final round game. The winner will play Division I opponent Folsom High School next week, but right now, number 3 versus number 2. This is quite a ball game already. Up the middle run, look at that power. Boy, the big O, Victor Oliver.
Well, I'll tell you what, the Trojans have got to get with it. Whiting with a tackle, they're number 61, but it's not over when either of these backs get hit. It's not over. Yards after contact tonight, it'd be amazing if we had that stat. It's huge.
First down, they move the stakes, the football at the Oak Ridge 14-yard line here with 5:30 to go in the second quarter. Right side, spin and push. Budget scores. Wow. from the 14-yard line. He has put on a show already.
I believe he's used every move in the book, Will. Well, he really did. That run, I don't care if it was 10, 15 yards, he had everything in that run.
What a superlative effort right there. And another lead change as the Mustangs go out in front, 13-8. Lee on for the PAT out of the hold of Eli Mirza. Snap, spot, boot on the way. Got it. At 5:25 of the second, the Mustangs regain the lead. Here's how. Spin away from that. Another change of direction and just float to the open daylight. We'll be right back for more of the big show.
Staring contest.
You still got it. I know.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Well, Mr. Budget right there along that sideline has really dazzled this crowd, and we're just midway in the second quarter. What a magnificent ball player, just a junior, and he has really lit things up as we look for the Monterey Trail kickoff. The Mustangs on top now 14-8 here with 5:25 to go in the second quarter. Lee, a driving shot that's going to be taken right at the 1-yard line. Here comes Jacobs, a zigzag move, and he's dropped at about the 28. And
number
certainly,
2, Alvon Jacobs with the return. Number 42, Marcus Jones Jr. with the tackle.
It doesn't come as any surprise that Monterey Trail scoring is on the ground and the TD for Oak Ridge through the air.
Well, that's what they're known for, and that's what their character is about. And that's the identity both these teams have. And they're showing it tonight. But I know this, that I'm sure the defensive coaches are telling the Trojans that, look, this kid is good. You better wrap up, and we better have a lot of people at the football.
Yes, they may even be saying things like, is there anything not clear about that? On first down, Jenner fakes, fires, he's got an open man. Big daylight, right sideline. And I'll tell you, Jacobs has been open all night long so far.
He's got some speed. This time, they come out throwing, Will. There's not third down situation. Right off the bat, first down.
Another look at that catch and run, Avon Jacobs.
Here's Jenner. Over to the top. Watch the speed move here. Turn it on. Yeah, he could have had a blocker out there doing a little more than he did.
From the 25-yard line, Jacobs, a little confused on the snap count, realigns. And they shift in the backfield. There's the motion. Jenner looking, firing for the end zone. Broken up, double coverage out there. Budget, one of the defenders.
Complete defense by number 14, Jahal Budget.
Merrill, the intended receiver. Larrier back there also. The catch and run by Jacobs was a 45-yard play. So the Trojans up to the line, show triple wideouts to the near side. Jenner wants to fire again, throws on the run. He's got a man out here in the flat. And that play is shoved back by 3 tacklers.
Well, Lozada had nowhere to go. A great job by that cover, good coverage out there by that secondary of the Mustangs.
Tackle area with the tackle.
I'm kind of surprised we haven't seen Mitch Anderson get a touch yet.
No, he's got all kind of speed. He's got speed galore.
Well, they gained 5 on the play. And a flag flies.
Flag at the snap.
Got a dead ball, false start. On the
False start
offense,
against the
5 yards, remains 3rd down.
Well, they went from 3rd and 5 to 3rd and 10, but they're in 4 down. They're in 4 down territory. And now with the speed they're showing, watch how far off the cushion the corners are. They can run that 10-yard curl hitch or curl.
Jenner throws on the run. He's got a man out there with a reception and a nice little run after the catch. And again,
to number 16, Sawyer
Merrill,
number 11, Eli
who we
Mirza.
spoke of earlier, always seems to be open.
He is open. He runs great routes. And Jenner's he's flushing the pocket. Watch him now. He flushes the pocket right. He's got time to throw, lays it off real nicely to Merrill. I like the touch.
The Trojans at the Monterey Trail 9-yard line, 1st and goal. They trail it 14-8. Motion in the backfield. Left side run, big daylight to the goal line, touchdown Trojans on a quick blast, but a penalty marker's dropped on the Adelman run.
They run that draw, that fullback draw, which was a great.
False start against the Trojans. Back them up 5 and do it again.
Well, they take away the TD.
I like the call because they've been throwing. So he starts to take a drop and lays it in there on the draw play to Adelman. I like the call.
So they get moved back 5. They're pushed back to the 15-yard line or so. Jenner throws out to the right sideline. He has been nickel and diming beautifully out there.
Well, he's mixing it up, and that's what the Oak Ridge is known for.
Pass complete to number 40, Hunter Neighbors.
Neighbors, who earns his keep as a hard-hitting linebacker and rover, makes the catch here on offense.
He's a young sophomore with a great future because he can play tight end, he can play wide, and he plays defense.
He plays defense, is right. 52 tackles, 2 blocked kicks, and 3 caused fumbles. Jenner looks, he's got great time, fires a bullet to the end zone.
Well, we got an interference penalty coming here.
Eli Mirza defending Lampson in the end zone. Ray Pulley.
Holding against the Mustangs.
Okay, we're going to.
.22 there, an outstanding linebacker.
On the defense, half the distance to the goal, replay 2nd down.
Thank you, Ray.
Thaddeus Hill has done a great job for them all year long, Will. Number 22, you're absolutely right.
Okay, in close are the Trojans, trailing by 6, and a stoppage on a timeout call taken by Monterey Trail.
Well, TJ, head coach Ewing, did not like that defensive alignment versus that offensive set. Wisely calls a timeout.
Well, you see there how emphatic he is on getting them into the correct defense for this particular situation.
Well, now we're going to see a little checkerboard or chess here because Coach Cavalier and his staff are very sharp. If they don't like that defensive alignment, they'll either call timeout or they'll change the play.
So you see Ewing there making certain his D is on the right page. Cavalier, in contrast, is exercising his options, and we'll see if indeed he makes an adjustment to this defense.
Well, this 2 of the best. Definitely 2 of the top coaches in the area. And when you start naming who are the top guys, they're right in there with them.
It's been a beautiful evening so far, and I expect it to remain that way. The weather front has moved on. It's dry. The crowd has come out, and they bundled up to neutralize the chill, and we've got ourselves one heck of a Division I semifinal right now. Monterey Trail on top 14-8 over Oak Ridge, but the Trojans banging on the door. The run play shut down, but it's
Edelman on the carry.
a gain to
Hard
the
by number
2.
42, Marcus Jones Jr.
Well, the old saying, take a look at that. There's the tackling machine, Jones. You know he's going to be there.
Let's take a look at this. Watch for 42 on the tackling side of this. Boom, right there.
There he is.
All right, Trojans, look to the sideline. This might be the adjustment you mentioned.
You got 2 downs to make 2 yards. If you can't average better than 1%, you don't deserve it.
Shy of the goal line.
Runs into number
So Jenner stopped at the 1. And they are playing out the string. 4th down and 1.
Well, I'm a little surprised Jenner keeping it. They run that option. They fake it to Adelman, and Jenner's not known for his running. As big as he is, he's just not known for his running.
No, he's not. Now, he has got 5 rushing touchdowns, and they're all on plays like that.
Right.
But here we go. 4th down and a stoppage.
Timeout, Oak Ridge. They need a timeout to get this thing together.
They do indeed. They do indeed.
And there you see Coach Ewing with a counter move out there.
Now this is probably too great of an opportunity for Coach Cavalier and staff to pass up by not going for the TD, but they do have the reliable Bryce Law standing by.
Well, I just don't see them kicking the field goal, no matter how reliable. This is too early in the football game, really, and this is a confidence builder if they can get in.
If they can get in, certainly is. So I guess some of their fans might be uttering something to the extent of, and they better make it.
Well, they better. It'd be interesting if he's going to fake the ball to Adelman, and Adelman's capable of getting that yard, yes. Are they going to run behind possibly big Zach Welch, the towering 6'5", 290-pound left tackle? And that's the question there with the ball. It looks like it might even be inside the 1, Will.
I think it is inside the 1.
Okay. And the next thing is
the long count.
The long count, maybe getting another half a yard. Yes.
Okay, so here they come up to the line. They stay on the ground and dance in for the touchdown, Trojans. Well, Jacobs, quick feet there, no problem getting in.
He made that look easy.
I guess you could say that was the right call. So another lead change. Jacobs makes it.
Well, they'll come back for 2, I think. No, they got Mr. Law on the field.
This will give them their second lead. Monterey Trail's led twice. 45 out of 50 PATs. A line drive, wide left. And the reliable Bryce Law pulls it left. And we will be right back with a 14-14 tie.
It looked like he hit the top.
Up to 40% of businesses never recover after experiencing a major disaster. Make a plan at ready.gov/business.
Well, the hometown sports game of the week is getting more wild by the moment. Here's the kickoff. 14-14 tie, Monterey Trail run back. It's Rom Sewer struggling to get to the 15-yard line.
Sewer on the return. Takes it out to the 15-yard line.
So below average field position. And that is the special teams edge right there on that play, edge to Oak Ridge.
Well, we got so far this game has lived up to its expectations, Will. with this tie going into the half. It'd be interesting here now whether Larry does throw or just keep it on the ground and go in 14-14.
Minute and a half left here in the half. They toss and come wide to the near side. A lot of defenders there. And Budget manages to blast his way to the 20-yard line. Gain of 5.
Well, a couple of times a year, TJ's been known to run that halfback pass. Will he use it now? Or will he be content and say, hey, we'll go in at 14-14?
I think we'll see something here. Double wide receivers to the left. He wants to throw, sets it up, but now gets flushed, chased, keeps it, turns it, dropped.
There on the scramble,
gain of 1.
Gain of a couple, tackled in bounds.
So credit the pass coverage. Nobody was open.
Well, yes.
And you know, these guys do know how to play defense. Oak Ridge turning up the heat in that regard. Adelman, Sanders, and King, if you put their stats together, those are 3 ringleaders that lead an excellent overall group of Trojan defenders.
They certainly did, and you saw a great effort by number 20,
referee timeout.
Jake Dyer, with a great tackle on that.
Sanders, the leading tackler, with 71, but you can see there's 13 sacks on the board right there. They've totaled 25 sacks this year, and I guess they are changing the game ball. Don't know who raised that issue, but another one's brought into play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and 5 with 38 seconds left here in the second quarter. A toss. They run to the near side. Turn the corner. Budget still on his feet. Wow! Drag everybody. Now that was just outrageous.
Well, it is, but I'll say this. I want to give Budget all the credit in the world, but I'm seeing a lot of reach and grab show on the part of that secondary.
Another look at this superior effort.
Here's what I'm talking about. There. And there.
Reach and grab, and it's all up high. And Budget is just making them look sick right now.
They got shoulder pads. They got to use them, and certainly we didn't see any in that one.
Well, the Budget carry comes out to the 38-yard line. They are nearing midfield with 20 seconds to go. I'd say enough time for a couple of plays. And with this timeout, they're up to something.
Yes, I agree. The only thing I'm concerned about, I'm not trying to be conservative with 20 seconds, but here is where you don't want a turnover or a pick.
True enough, they're not exactly in the danger zone, but nevertheless, mistakes can cost you. So this is an ultra-tight formation except for a couple of the wideouts, left and right. Split backs. Crump was in motion. Crump a slant. He's open.
Pass falls incomplete.
Incomplete.
Well, the screen was on. They had linemen over there, Will. He just kind of almost threw it away. The screen was on.
Okay, stoppage now, 16 seconds left.
Well,
they still could have 2 more plays.
He could. I'm amazed at only 4 seconds on that one.
I am too.
To me, that was at least a 6-second play. Because he dropped way back.
So the Mustangs dispatch double wideouts to the near side and one to the left. Backs are split behind Laurier. A toss, it's a reverse. Here comes Prophet Brown, and there's nowhere to go.
Prophet on the reverse, Prophet Brown the reverse. Trojan sniffed it out.
They stop it with 6 seconds left, and I think the Mustangs will definitely be happy to go into the locker room here at 14-14.
Well, as mentioned, I don't like the things that can happen bad in that particular time bracket.
Well, the clock has not quite run out, but there it is, showing zeros. We're halfway home in this CIF Sac-Joaquin section, Les Schwab Tires Football Championships semifinal round, and we're dead even. Monterey trailed the number 2 seed, and number 3 Oak Ridge deadlocked at 14. Don't wander off, lots more to come on our halftime activities. Okay, we're going to check in with Lauren Goodman standing by with Monterey Trail head coach T.J. Ewing. Lauren?
Well, Coach, what were some of the things that you learned from Oak Ridge that stood out that wasn't on the scouting report prior to coming in?
Oh, they had some good play designs and nothing else, just stuff they've done in the past. Our guys just got to settle down.
Even keel, so you're at 14-14, so you're going into the locker room tied up. What's your conversation of leadership going down to your guys, and what's that communication going to look like in the locker room?
Well, seniors led us here to this point, so he's got to lean on the seniors again for their effort and getting everybody to just settle down and just do their jobs and execute. We have a couple things we got to switch around, but it'll be fine.
Immediate adjustment that you feel like your guys need to make?
Oh, just some tendency stuff we got to check and change up a little bit, but it will be all right.
Good luck in the second half, Coach. Back to you, Will.
Thank you very much, Lauren. TJ, generalizing on a couple of those points of contention, but certainly not overjoyed with the 14 tie, but neither disillusioned being even up with Coach Cavalier.
No, Coach Ewing is very sound in fundamentals, blocking, tackling, execution, okay? So he knows that they've got to do that against this football team, and he's made a few mistakes in there where I think they're underestimating, for instance, the speed and elusiveness of that wide receiver, Jacobs. A very impressive football player.
Very much so. He's got 2 touchdowns, and we'll see what type of adjustments they make on him. But we are at the half. Stick around for more of the Hometown Sports Game of the Week.
Most of my family, they never graduated high school or even let alone go to college, so I'm trying to break that barrier. Every day after work, went straight to school, studied hard, and it paid off. I could not have done it alone. I see the future is really bright for me. The high school diploma is just added to the confidence, and now I feel unstoppable.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
You're a teenager, naturally pushing the rules to their limits. When they push too far, call the Boys Town National Hotline at 800-448-3000. Our trained counselors are there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to provide advice and resources for problems big or small.
Gaining weight was easy. All I had to do was sit down and eat. Losing weight's a lot harder. I have to work at it every day. But with every step, I lower my risk for type 2 diabetes and heart disease. And that makes every step, every choice, every day very much worth the effort.
Learn how you can help stop diabetes by losing weight, eating healthy, and staying active. Visit checkupamerica.org or call 1-800-DIABETES.
What if you could invest in the future of kids, like a stock? Not the kind of stock that's about making money, but a stock for social change. A whole new kind of investment called Better Futures. When you invest, it helps kids go to college. Believe in us, invest in us, watch us grow.
My name is Sydney, and I'm your dividend.
Most of my family, they never graduated high school or even let alone go to college, so I'm trying to break that barrier. Every day after work, went straight to school, studied hard, and it paid off. I could not have done it alone. I see the future is really bright for me. The high school diploma is just added to the confidence, and now I feel unstoppable.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
We are at the half. Our intermission is here in the semifinal matchup in this Division I encounter. Monterey Trail locked up with Oak Ridge. Seeds 2 and 3 were deadlocked at 14. And Coach Domino, we saw some stuff in that first half.
Well, we certainly did. When we talked about the contrasting teams, they were very evident that certainly Monterey Trail can run that football. And with backs like Oliver and Budget, of course, and a great line. And then the contrasting Trojans coming in there with that strong passing game. And you saw Jenner, he's got that big arm. And even though they got a touchdown call back with Adelman going in, they still scored on that drive and perceived in there and had both a touchdown call back and a key penalty against them and still got their touchdown. So as you look at that, you can see why these teams are evenly matched up. And we got ourselves a 14-14 ball game and a heck of a game for a semifinal. So I'll tell you what, you can throw the records out. One is 8-3 coming in and one is 11-0. But these are two fine, well-coached teams. Special teams, certainly a little evident there when you don't expect Bryce Law to be missing a PAT. And penalties and mistakes, you know, there's a few on both sides. The coaches are playing a bit of a chess game, particularly in the last 3 to 4 minutes, where you saw coaches use timeouts to change the formation or the defensive front and make that adjustment. And both Coach Ewing and Cavalier are extremely good at that. So I'd say all the things we said in the pregame are very evident that are happening here tonight.
I fully agree, and it would be interesting to note the discussions occurring here at the intermission, and even more interesting, the fact that Coach Cavalier has kept his ball club out in the cold, meeting at the far end of the field as opposed to commonly practiced taking it inside of the locker room.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure between the coaches' decisions and so forth, the players are going to do what the coaches want. And he feels, hey, once we're out in the cold, we're going to stay there, I guess. And actually, the night isn't that cold. It's crisp out there. It's a beautiful football night with no wind and no rain.
Well, you see part of the crowd there across the way, the faithful coming down from El Dorado Hills to support Oak Ridge in the Final Four, so to speak, trying to gain entry into the championship contest in 1 week's time, and that would involve, if they're successful in doing that, a rematch with Folsom.
Well, it is, and both these teams come, like I said, with a lot of tradition. Oak Ridge has sent a number of different players through the years to the pros, to the NFL. They got one, as we spoke, about Buck, featuring his ball game. Hopefully they handled USC tonight, and he had a big game. And as you know, they got a tight end, Dwelly. That big tight end is with the 49ers. So their program, they're pretty strong in all sports.
Well, no question about that. They have excelled certainly over a wide span of years, indicating that, they're strong from the leadership down in all regards.
Well, and the other thing that Coach Cavalier has been very fortunate for during the years is he's held together that staff for a long, long time, and you've got a lot of experience in that staff that works for him, so which has been a good thing. They've stayed with him a long time, very loyal, and particularly that quarterback coach, Watson. He is one of the best.
Yes, he is. And if you see people starting to pull out the mittens and gloves, the temperature is dwindling down somewhat, not drastically, not radical yet. The wind staying about the same. There's just been a very mild breeze, which has certainly kept things comfortable for the fans out here tonight. Let us turn our attention now to Lauren Goodman standing by with Oak Ridge head coach Eric Cavalier.
Well, Coach, you started off even 14-14. What's your breakdown of the first half, and how do you feel Oak Ridge plays?
Yeah, two good football teams going at it. Monterey Trail's not doing anything, that's surprising us. We knew they're a good football team doing what they do, and for us, we just got to keep getting better, keep improving on defense and get a few stops, and keep mixing it up on offense.
Now, you kept your team out in this crisp night. How do you feel that talk went with your team at halftime, as well as what do you feel your third quarter adjustments are going to be?
Yeah, we always stay out during halftime, and we'd rather just be on the field and kind of stay in the mood, mentally. It's just about us just getting tighter and crisper and making plays and, just taking care of those little mistakes that have kind of gotten to us a couple times here, especially down in the red zone. We made a couple mistakes. But, again, like I said, just keep getting better, keep making plays, and make this thing happen.
Coach, now I have to ask you lastly about your focus. I know you and Coach Ewing are kind of having a chess match right now. How big is going to be your team's focus going down towards in the fourth quarter?
Yeah, it could be a long game tonight. This could come down to the wire, and we've had some tight games this year. I think that plays to our advantage. Monterey Trail's undefeated, and they've won a lot of games by a lot of points. We've played in some more competitive situations than them, and hopefully, if it comes down to that, we're going to be the better prepared team.
Well, thank you so much, Coach. Back to you, Will.
All right, thank you very much, Lauren. I'm always impressed when I hear Coach Cavalier's comments, and certainly well-adjusted there. But I'll tell you, earlier in the season, I was most impressed with his interview in a ball game where they were walloped by Folsom High School. He took the upside anyway. He took the high road and extracted the good that came out of that ball game there, despite it being a loss.
Definitely one of the best interviews that I've seen through the years. Despite what was happening on the scoreboard against that great Folsom team, he kept his spirit up. He stayed positive. He passed that along to his players and coaches and said, "Hey, we're gonna grow from this. We're not going to look down and put our heads down. We gave it everything we had, but we're just going to continue to try to improve and get better as the season progresses."
Very realistic approach and just even keel. Certainly well above what we typically see from coaches' attitudes when they're, on the short end of the score.
No blame going anywhere. And once again, that passes on to your players. Okay, it really does. So that isn't just a made-up thing. They talk about things like that at practices and meetings, etc.
Well, we are at the half. We're tied 14-14, and these Division I opponents here, Monterey Trail and Oak Ridge, as we've stated, are headed by two quality head coaches, T.J. Ewing of Monterey Trail, Eric Cavalier of Oak Ridge. Stay with us. Lots more to come on Access Sacramento's Hometown Sports Game of the Week.
Who wants to hear a story?
Once upon a time, there were 3 billy goats.
Bridge patrol.
The tiniest Billy Goat Road.
Tripping over my bridge. It is I, the biggest Billy Goat Road.
And the Billy Goat was so heavy that the bridge creaked and
It was a
groaned.
bridge they had to cross. And brain ugly as your bone. Eyes as big as saucers. Nose as long as a fire poker. And he had the biggest.
The road patrol. It's only I.
Trick, trap, treat.
Billy Patrol and Pony.
Crushed him to bits.
Up to the hillside.
Well, come on.
Continued up to the hillside.
Why, thank you.
What if you could invest in the future? The future of kids, like a stock. Not the kind of stock that's about making money, but a stock for social change. A whole new kind of investment called Better Futures. When you invest, it helps kids go to college. Believe in us, invest in us, watch us grow.
My name is Sydney, and I'm your dividend.
Problems. The ones nobody talks about at cocktail parties. We go looking for them. No matter the obstacles, no matter the odds, we surround a community's most critical problems, and we fight. United Way fights for the health, education, and financial stability of every person in every community. Will you?
Well, we're most happy to have you with us this evening for Access Sacramento's Hometown Sports Game of the Week, and we have a doozy going right now. We're just about past the intermission here of this D1 semifinal. We're all locked up, as you see our graphic there, 14 apiece between the number 2 and number 3 seeds. And Monterey Trail has certainly become renowned for their veer offense, explosive run game. On the other side of the line of scrimmage, however, their defense has been equally impressive, and it starts with the front four, a group that is largely unsung, unheralded, and under-acknowledged. And it's Spearman, Pantoja, Almonte, and Keenan. These guys make up for lack of size with just extreme quickness in the trench, out-slickering opponents for position and leverage. And you can see there that they've registered nearly 200 tackles and a collection of other assorted miscellaneous accomplishments on defense. So this ball club is, though unknown in that regard, nevertheless first class and truly dynamite.
Well, grossly underrated, and not underrated, I should say, and certainly they are, that offensive line and defensive line, those four young men have done it week in, week out, all season long. And you know what? They've held their opponents to 8.7 points per game, which is unheard of today with these offenses that you face week in, week out.
Well said. And that front four there is backed up by another four that, according to Coach Ewing, is equally good, interchangeable on any play, and allows the Mustangs maximum depth in that front four.
Well, how nice to have that kind of depth. And the thing that does for you, you can spell certain people, or if in case of injury, you've got that backup person. The second thing, it really provides competition during the week, and people know that, hey, I got to play hard every down because I got somebody right on my back that is just as good wanting that position.
You bet. And competition makes things fresh and spirited. And there you see across the way the Oak Ridge Trojans getting limbered up after their halftime discussion and intermission. Same thing on the near sideline for the host Mustangs, as we see there in their traditional forest green and gold. It'll be a clean slate and a fresh start for both ball clubs in the second half as we enter the third quarter with a 14-14 tie. And it'll be Monterey Trail kicking off to the visiting Oak Ridge Trojans.
Well, I would say as we begin the second half that once again, mistakes and or penalties and or turnovers hopefully won't be a difference in this football, because these are two fine, well-coached football teams. So that's where, as a coach, you want to say, if you're going to beat us on the field, but let's not self-destruct.
That's it. Unforced mistakes are the types of errors that non-playoff teams are accustomed to making. As you say, Coach, these are two well-coached, well-rehearsed ball clubs that execute at a very high level. A 14-14 tie. Monterey Trail scored first to get on the board, and then Oak Ridge countered with a TD and rolled the dice early, going for two, and got the two to forge an 8-7 lead. Then Monterey Trail came back with another TD to regain the lead. And the final TD of the first half belonged to Oak Ridge, and they tied it at 14. And their usually reliable kicker, Bryce Law, pulled the PAT wide left. That is why we are deadlocked at 14.
Yes, that's where we're at. And once again, give credit to Oak Ridge on their first TD, where they immediately lined up for their two-point play. And I don't think that Monterey Trail was quite ready for that. So that was a good move to start with.
It was indeed. There's a good look along that Monterey Trail sideline. The Mustangs will be on defense to start things off. They'll be kicking off. And Oak Ridge will have first possession. Jenner, after a sluggish first series, settled down nicely and got into a rhythm.
Well, he did, and he had protection, but he had showed ability flushing the pocket. He throws extremely well on the run and on the move. And then we had some big plays there, and Andre Crump had a huge first half. Outstanding receiver. And when you look at his stats coming in, he is one dangerous guy, averaging 22.1 per catch with 11 TDs.
Well, that's how the scoring took place in tonight's ball game thus far. Monterey Trail a TD in each quarter, but a big second quarter for Oak Ridge to take the lead momentarily and then settle for the tie. So things are pretty even right now, and we've had a very clean ball game. A handful of penalties, no injuries, and no turnovers.
Well, thus far, that's the kind of game you want. Once again, show it on the field. You see Coach Cavalier on the phone with his staff up on the booth, and with Coach Bunce and the rest of the group that have been in, Coach Martin that have been with him for some time, and offensive coordinator and quarterback Coach Watson. Like I say, probably one of the top quarterback coaches around. Year in, year out, those quarterbacks from Oak Ridge get well coached, and most of them going on to play, not just Ian Book. So credit that to Coach Watson and Coach Cavalier and their respective staffs.
Well, both squads out on the field and ready for the second half kickoff. Again, Oak Ridge will be receiving, and they deploy Avon Jacobs as one deep returner, along with Merrill. So we'll see how Michael Lee and the Mustangs decide to handle this kickoff. line drive directly at Merrill. He takes it at about the 3-yard line and comes to the near side. Cuts back and finds a nice little hole across the 30 and a little bit more. So good field position. Sawyer Merrill carrying out the kickoff return to about the 32 or so.
Merrill on the return, tackled by number 42, Marcus Jones Jr.
So again, Marcus Jones Jr., the tackle on that. One of the toughest defenders to block in the entire region.
Well, there he is threatening to break the Sac-Joaquin record.
He's extremely adept at slipping blocks and avoiding blocks. Look at this. Lampson at the quarterback position takes the direct snap and runs for 5.
Well, we've said it earlier in the evening. Justin Lampson, the young sophomore, and they have about 3 sophomores and another sophomore, Hunter Neighbors, playing a key role as a outside backer and or safety in that lineup.
So here he comes again. Lampson's going to run it, and he's got first down yardage out to about the 43-yard line.
Set with number 10, Justin Lampson, running it. Tackled by 15, Levi Philpott.
Well, I'm trying to find Jenner on the sideline. I don't believe he's hurting, but here he is with a Wildcat offense in there, which I think is surprising the Mustangs.
Substitutions along that front 4 for the Mustangs. Philpott's in there. A bad snap all the way back to the 25-yard line, and Lampson falls on it.
Oh my goodness. Here you got 2 5-yard runs and then a bad snap. Wow. Almost a 20-yard loss, Will.
An unforced mistake. So Lampson out, Jenner in.
I'm not so certain if that was a bad snap or he wasn't ready.
That may have been the case. Up the gut run, good for a couple, but they've got a lot of ground to make up.
Nathan Adelman on the carry, tackled by number 23, Antonio Williams.
So Antonio Williams credited with the stop, 23. And it's going to bring, now here's that punt play again. Let's see.
Well, it was a little errant, but the ball should have been caught. He could have moved to it, Will. He just reached.
Great replay, guys. Near side sweep, not much room, runs out of real estate. And Anderson dropped.
Well, unfortunately, that big loss on that snap, we talked about turnover. It wasn't a turnover, but a huge loss. They went from midfield, Will, good field position, to a loss of 20, putting them in a hole. That fired up that defense of the Mustangs.
It did. You saw Arturo Pantoja with that tackle, pretty fired up. So punt formation shown by the Trojans. Bryce Law standing just outside his 15. He's going to run it. Here he comes, right side sweep, cuts it and gets dropped.
Trojan fakes punt, gets back to the original line of scrimmage.
Well, I don't know, but it was a good gain, but excellent field position here for Monterey Trail.
Well, my problem is he gained a good 20, but he needed 30.
Well, a versatile kicker can pay a lot of dividends, not just kicking, and you saw Law pack the mail there. Nice gain, but again.
Like you said, Will, he needed 30, he got 20. Very surprising.
Terrific field position upcoming here for Monterey Trail. They'll open shop at the Trojan 43. We're just underway here in the third quarter, a 14-14 tie. Left side run, broken tackle, and about an 8-yard run. Boy, that has been one of the staples of this running attack.
Second down and 1.
Well,
Big O, Vic Oliver.
You better tackle Victor. I'll tell you right now, he picked up 8, almost 9 on that play. Once again, you better really lower that pad level and use it. Look at this handoff in here. Watch the effort. Missing tackles, dragging people on.
Arm tackles will not do the job. 2nd and 2, turn and toss. Right side run, let's see the cut. All right, Budget cuts back.
Boy, he's got quick feet.
He surely does.
Wow. He can pick them up and lay them down.
First down, Mustangs move the chains.
Wow.
Here's another look.
Watch this young man on the sweep right. He's got a blocker in front of him. Uses a bit of a stiff arm. Watch the feet here. Look at the feet moving, twisting.
That was a nice job by Victor Oliver. Just a brush block. He didn't hold the guy. First down, straight handoff. Another broken tackle. Extra yardage after contact. I think I saw a documentary once where Vince Lombardi described that type of tackle. You're all reaching and grabbing.
The reach and grab show. Yeah,
wow.
Yeah, that's what I said earlier this first half, before the half. You got to wrap up. Come through the man, not to the man.
2nd and 2. Mustangs on the move. Blast up the middle to the 5 to the 4.
Well, they're getting off. But they're getting off the football. I'll tell you right now, they come out of their blocks. That front of Monterey Trail.
Here's a look.
Watch the line blocking. Look at this. Wow. Caceres, Ramirez, Aramato, and Snipes are getting off the football.
Banging on the door are the Mustangs. Turn and give. Right side blast. Touchdown Mustangs. Thaddeus Hills.
Well, I'll tell you, they rely him more on blocking than running, but he's a tough one, believe me. Thaddeus Hills going in for the score.
It comes at 7:37 of the third. On for the PAT, Michael Lee. High snap, spotted, booted, and got it. Let's take a look at the TD.
Watch Thaddeus Hill, big hole, and makes it easy.
Money. We'll be right back.
They'll test you. Try to break your will. But however loud the loudness gets, however many cheese puffs may fly, you're the driver, the one in control. Stand firm. Just wait. And move only when you hear the click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
The plot is thickening here in Elk Grove at Monterey Trail High School in this D1 semifinal. Monterey Trail again showing off their great rushing attack in that Veer offense on top 21-14. Here's the Michael Lee kickoff, a low line drive right at Merrill. Comes to the near side, Sawyer Merrill. Nice move right there and gets out at the 30. So a spirited run back and above average field position. And going back to the scoring drive that was set up with the great field position on the fake punt play.
Well, the fake punt play, and prior to that, the muff snap changed the momentum right here in the third quarter. So let's see if the Trojans can get the momentum back, because they had the ball beyond midfield and looked like they were going to be on their way to going ahead of this game.
Yes, it did. Jenner, play fake, fires left, sideline, broken up. Outstanding defensive position by Crump.
Well, once again, it appeared to me that Lamson was well covered, and he only looked at him. He didn't go to any other receiver. He had his mind made up that they were going to him. And Jenner's got to, take his reads, etc., unless he was told by the bench, hey, go to him.
They run it this time, and Adelman, a tough 4 yards or so as he makes the 34.
Nathan Adelman on the carry. Gained first by number 42, Marcus Jones Jr. Finished up over the top.
3rd and 6 upcoming.
3rd and on for the Trojans.
Big play here for the Trojans. Jenner rolls, has time, throws on the run, out of bounds, incomplete.
Pass to the sideline for the Trojans.
Well, bring up a 4th and 6.
For them.
They
inside their own 35-yard line.
Well, once again, I think in the next series that the Trojans get the ball back, if they're going to throw, they've got to exploit the seams in the middle of the field, okay? Everything they're throwing is to the boundary and through the hash marks to the out of bounds. So they've got to exploit the middle of the field.
Bryce Law in the punt. Antonio Williams, the single safety for the Mustangs. High, very high, great hang time. And they'll just let it bounce, and it takes a terrific roll for Oak Ridge, where it's down at the 25.
25-yard line.
Approximately a 45-yard boot right there with the helpful roll. So we'll see what the Mustang offense has in mind as they open shop. 1st and 10 from the Monterey Trail 25.
Well, Oak Ridge is going to have to do something on defense here and prevent that hard running attack of Monterey Trail is just coming right at them.
Larrier under center. Short drop, fire left. Incomplete.
Pass ball is incomplete.
They tried for the quick hitter there.
Well, I think I'd say it's a good play call on 1st down. The only thing down on it is it does stop the clock, and they want that clock to run with this lead and manage the clock with this strong veer running offense, Will. They want to manage, clock management is important.
2nd and 10. Zach Larrier turns and tosses. Budget, sweep left. Hits outside. Boy, move the chains.
Takes it up out of bounds. 1st down, Mustang.
Good things happen when Jahil Budget carries, and here's a sampling of it.
Here's a sweep play, and you see the pulling lineman, but watch Budget use his blocker. God, he used Oliver very nicely there. Had kept him in front and picked up about 4 or 5 additional yards. He just he gets the max out of every run.
Gain of 13, 1st down Mustangs. Turn and give. They blast with Oliver, and he muscles out across the 40 to about the 42. 2nd and 7 upcoming as they park the football at the 41. Clock rolling at the 6:06, midway 3rd. Nice to have you with us. In case you just dialed in, 21-14 Monterey Trail in this D1 semi. Near side sweep. There's the daylight. Cut it back. Budget loose. They're not going to catch him. Wow. Touchdown Mustangs. 59 yards. Well, I guess it can be said that Monterey Trail exceeded their budget on that play, 59 yards.
Well, they did. They broke a big one, and I'll tell you, that was a huge.
Lee for the PAT out of the hold of Eli Mirza. Snap, spot, boot, and got it.
Conversion is good.
At 5:45, midway third, Mustangs are on the board again, and take another look at this beauty.
Watch this, turn the corner, use your blockers, cut against the grain. Here you go, and turn it on. Even the speedster Jacobs couldn't catch him.
He couldn't catch him, and he didn't look like he tried.
Wanted
We'll
to
be
catch
right back for more of the Hometown Sports Game of the Week.
Every time you purchase a fishing license or register your boat, you're helping to preserve our nation's coastlines, lakes, rivers, and streams, protecting memories for generations to come. Learn how your participation in boating and fishing can help the environment at takemefishing.org/conservation.
Monterey Trail on top, 28-14, kicking off. Michael Lee, a line drive directly to Sawyer Merrill on the run. And hits a crowd crossing the 30. Another solid run back, setting up good field position.
Merrill on the return. Another good return.
This is a crucial possession for the Oak Ridge Trojans. They have given up 2 touchdowns in a span of 3 minutes quickly to open up this ball game now to 28-14. Now a lot of time to go, 5 minutes and change to this quarter, but this is a crucial series for the Trojans if they want to get back in this game.
Matt Jenner sends Jacobs in motion, fakes to him, throws back over the middle. He's got a completion. A nice hookup right there, well-constructed play. And a good shot to Gage King.
As we commented prior to the last punt, Will, that middle's wide open.
So they go to their tight end the first time tonight, and it pays off with a nice bite on first down. Nice extended reach on that catch there.
Gage King.
Holding on the defense, 10 yards from the previous spot, results in a first down.
The Mustangs results in a first down for the Trojans.
That was a rather unusual call.
A bit delayed.
Ray Pulley. So it's a first down, and the football advanced to the Oak Ridge 41 on the 10-yard penalty. So the Trojans near midfield, trailing by 14. Matt Jenner is going to keep it and get drilled coming up to the line of scrimmage. And Marcus Jones Jr.
Well, as we know,
with the tackle.
I'm a little surprised they're letting Jenner carry the football. Really, he's not the quickest guy.
No, they give him a yard on the play, 2nd and 9. He fakes it.
Pass ball is incomplete.
That'll bring up 3rd and 9. Hands on hips. Jenner looking to the sideline.
3rd and 9 for the Trojans.
Excellent crowd out here this evening. What you see across the way for Oak Ridge is doubled on this side for Monterey Trail. The big play, he winds up and guns one to the sideline. It's a catch on the toss to the right side. Merrill with the grab.
They can run the stop routes all they want, and they've got to use that tight end more down the middle, Will. The middle is wide open. Right now, the secondary is protecting the outside of the field to the boundary and leaving those seams and creases in the middle wide open.
Gain of 10, first down. And whistles will halt this play.
Full start on the offense. 5 yards remains first down.
They have hurt themselves a couple of times.
Well, that's a third illegal procedure, and it's called early prior to the snap. I mean, they're moving. They're not setting.
So call it a 1st and 15. The ball moved back into Oak Ridge territory at the Trojan 47.
Wow.
Johan Spearman on the tackle. Number 4, Matt Jenner with the run.
Well, Spearman with the stop, part of that front four we bragged about. And it's going to bring up 2nd and 15 from the 47 of Oak Ridge. Jenner fires a bullet out to the right sideline. Incomplete. Larrier with the coverage out there celebrating that play. So make it a 3rd and 15.
Good defense by Larrier. Again, they're running out of field. They're going to that sideline constantly, and it's a tough call. I mean, you're trying to make that catch within a step between the out of bounds, etc. In the middle, like I said, is wide open.
Well, they need to come up with something. Jenner wants to throw. He's got all night. Winds up and throws deep. Broken up on deep coverage out there.
Number 19, Prophet Brown on the defense.
Prophet Brown, leaping deflection.
Yeah, he's got to throw the ball farther, Will. He was beat. He's got to put the nose up and let it ride. Get rid of it earlier.
A wobbler.
A wobbler and holding on to the football too long.
He was going to his other wideout over there. So the punt from Law taken, and a nice little run back. The play blown dead, apparently a loose ball squirted out there. So Monterey Trail takes over here with 3:50 to go, late 3rd, on top 28-14.
Well, they haven't, Oak Ridge just hadn't warmed up since the half, and they went, that one series right at the start of the second half has just sent them backward.
Mustangs in control right now. Tough D that time on the interior to shut that down. Oliver, not much doing there, and we'll credit Neighbors with another tackle for Oak Ridge.
Another young sophomore, number 40. Well, once again, Budget and Oliver have been a difference, but let's not fail to give credit to Argamedo, Snipes, Thompson, Ramirez, and Caceres are really getting off.
Left side sweep shut down. He reverses and gets dropped for a big loss. Budget taken down by Lamson.
Reverses field for a loss.
Well, they've got to play good D here. This is, let's look at this again as we see the pitch to Budget. He reverses his field, but watch Lamson come here with the acceleration. Nice job.
Nearly a full moon above here on a clear evening. Chilly but clear.
They can throw that hitch to the slot right now and pick up 10.
Look at that effort.
Jack Larrier, the ball carrier.
Larrier makes the 40-yard line. It looks like he's got enough, and they move the stakes.
All right. Watch Larrier here. What a gifted athlete. Run a quarterback draw. Nice job. Quarterback draw picks up about 12 yards. Outstanding call and an outstanding run by a gifted athlete, Larrier, who is set to break a number of records here as he moves along.
Zach Larrier engineering this team beautifully. Turn and give. A power blast by Vic Oliver.
On the carry once again, tackled by number 70, Cole Hathaway.
Give him about 3 on the play, make it 2nd and 7 as the clock ticks down to 1:36 left in the third.
Well, again, Oliver got contact was made after 2. He picked up an additional 2 to get a 4-yard gain, and the Mustangs controlling the clock, moving the chains.
Gain of 4, 2nd and 6. Not this time. Tough interior D by the Trojans, and I'm going to credit Sam Sanders, number 30.
As we look in here, there's a give to Budget, and nothing there. A whole slew of Trojans there. Sanders and company.
No gain on the play, 3rd and 6. Budget in motion. Here's a toss. They run Oliver left. Trying to get outside.
Looks like you got enough.
What power? What power?
It's impressive at Oliver and Budget what they do after contact. I'll tell you. There's a pitch to Oliver. Budget is blocking out there. Boy, he picked up enough once again after contact.
First and 10 from the midfield stripe. Larrier look to the outside.
They're lined up with 8 in the box. He would have liked to change a play. I thought he was maybe going to change a play because Oak Ridge lined up with 8 in the box.
We have played 3 and Monterey Trail on top, 28-14. We'll be right back. Don't wander off.
Okay, so we drowned the fire, stirred it, drowned it again, and now just feel if it's cold.
Yeah.
Cool.
Smokey just gave me a bear hug.
I know. I already posted it.
We open 4th quarter action here at Monterey Trail High in Elk Grove for this Division I semifinal matchup. Number 2 seed Monterey Trail against number 3 seed Oak Ridge. The visitors in a bit of trouble here, down 2 touchdowns as we open the 4th. Turn and toss, it goes to Budget. Zigzag, finds a hole, and leaks ahead, shy of a first, but a gain of 5.
Well, a nice tackle by Lampson, but he took, instead of being a hitter, he took a pretty big hit. As you watch Budget turn here, turn in the running lane, and here comes a nice tackle in there by Lampson, but meanwhile, he took a pretty good brunt.
Wow, quick off the ball or what? That was a blast of about 12 yards to the 31.
On the carry, he takes it down to the 31-yard line.
He lined up. If you watched his stance on that play, he just like he was shot out of a cannon. Here it is, bam.
He's already into the secondary by 5 yards. First down Monterey Trail, on the move again, operating inside the 35. That play's stymied and stuffed.
Well, they play a little 10-on-10. They put that wide receiver out so wide and bring your corner with them. Okay, so they're going to play you 10-on-10. when they put that receiver that far right. He's out here on an island by himself. Look at this. Now to continue to run the football inside.
Gain of 2, 2nd and 8. Turn and give. Wow, look out, touchdown, Budget. Mustangs, Budget the Bullet. Budget the Bullet. Well, that one was from 33. And he has left his thumbprint on this game.
Big time. Big time. Wow. I don't know if him and his running mate, Victor Oliver, had a little side bet or something, because when we saw him last, Oliver had 4.
Here's another look. Jaheel Budget right through their entire defense. Lots more to come here on the Hometown Sports Game of the Week.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made her college years happen. Opening that education savings account when she was little. Spearheading a campus tour. And another, and another, and another, and another. Bam! Deciphering financial aid. She was like, what? But now she's like, you aced planning for college. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
The Mustangs are restless, and they are running tonight, led by Jaheel Budget. And the score and the lead widen here, 35-14. Monterey Trail, here's the Michael Lee kickoff, a low bullet. Sawyer Merrill takes it on 3 bounces. Gets hit and falls forward across the 15, so subpar field position to open shop here for the Trojans. Thad Hills with the stop. They'll open up at the 15-yard line.
Well, a long field, an 85-yard field is needed here, and Oak Ridge hasn't done anything, as all during the second half has been dominated by the Mustangs on both ends of the football.
I agree, and we haven't heard Jacob's name all second half. Motion down the line. They fake it. Here's a bullet over the middle. A hook up and a big gain on the shot, delivered on the money to Gage King.
Pass complete to number 11, Reese Cassidy.
Move the chains, first down. Let's take a look at that hookup.
Watch this here, right over the middle. It's wide open. It's used gaps. The creases are wide open. Seams are wide open.
4 wide receivers deployed. Jenner has a lot of time. Who's open? No one. And there's a sack. He may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he got back to the line of scrimmage, barely.
Monterey Trail is turning up the heat, and that front 4 is part of the heat wave coming in there. They are about as tough as they come. Jenner airs one out, deep left sideline, overthrown. He has been under pressure. He has had time on a lot of plays, but he's also been under heat, as we see head coach T.J. Ewing, and we'll wait and see on this.
Well, out of the 4-man route, 3 were running deep routes. Okay, so you need time to throw when you're running those kind of routes.
9:37 left in this game. Jenner winding up and looking, firing over the middle. A completion to Jacobs.
Well, we said we haven't heard that the first time. We've heard that this second half, Will.
Here's another look at that play. A bullet Nice grab in the grasp. They slam it to get the first down and do so, move the chains.
Matt Jenner uses his height for the Trojan first down.
No huddle, hurry up offense employed by the Trojans. They need to fast break everything they can get their hands on right now. Jenner fires left side. Good effort, but incomplete. I really am rather surprised that
Lozada dropped that one.
We really haven't seen Mitch Anderson in this game.
No, and not enough of Jacobs as a target.
To the near side, Jenner now looks the opposite way, lofts one, incomplete. Lozada, the intended receiver, with defenders around him.
Well, he did. He was well covered. They tried to run a drag opposite the roll. Watch this again. Here you see Jenner rolling right, gonna throw back left.
Number 15, Levi Philpott, has been a nemesis. Jenner fires deep right side, overthrows Jacobs, who's pretty well defended out there.
Well, you notice there wasn't anyone running in the middle of the field. Every route was outside and outside here.
Well, I'll tell you, a lot of credit to outside linebacker, and he also is excellent in coverage. Kevin Adams, number 80.
Outstanding.
On fourth down, we have whistles kill this play off, and Monterey Trail takes a timeout.
Well, yeah. TJ didn't like their alignment here, so once again, smart move.
8:45, nearing midway fourth. It's been all Monterey Trail in the second half, and again, we go back to that sequence of the punt play, the bad snap, and then the play that preceded that.
Exactly. Actually, from that point on, it's been a totally different game, dominated by the Mustangs. Off that play, it just, if there was any momentum to lose, they lost it there, and they haven't regained it.
They have not, and Monterey Trail has not allowed them to stay within arm's reach. And
no, they haven't. They've capitalized on it all.
Here's 4th and 10. A blitz, heavy pressure, incomplete. Jacobs calling for an interference call, but nothing doing. Prophet Brown
holding against the Mustangs.
Had to be deep on the pass route.
Yeah.
You see Kevin Adams, number 80 there. Prophet Brown, 19 we saw. And Ray Pulley.
Well, they've got 5 or 6 good DBs
on the defense.
On that
10 yards from the previous spot. Results in a first down.
The Oak Ridge offense looking to the bench, and they're the recipients of a defensive penalty resulting in a first down. And the hold, we'll come back to that in just a moment. First down. Just a 3-man rush. They went to the far sideline, and Jacobs,
who gets out of bounds,
with the grab, moved the chains. First down, Trojans. Jacobs with 2 first-half touchdowns. That's all they've got. Roll, look, Jenner fires on the run to the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans. How about that? There was a deflection by Prophet Brown, but the grab made
18, Sean Dwyer or Tyler.
Great concentration. Jepson stayed focused.
Yep, Jefferson, Tyler Jefferson. Great focus, you're right. Exactly.
So the Trojans are back on the board at the 8:28 mark, fourth quarter. So they're going to line up for a two-point attempt. Motion by Jacobs. Intercepted on the run by who else?
Conversion is no good.
Jaheel Budget. So let's take a look at the replay here on the TD connection. Jepson with good hands and good concentration. And we'll be back for more of the Hometown Sports Game of the Week.
Gaining weight was easy. All I had to do was sit down and eat. Losing weight's a lot harder. I have to work at it every day. But with every step, I lower my risk for type 2 diabetes and heart disease. And that makes every step, every choice, every day very much worth the effort.
Learn how you can help stop diabetes by losing weight, eating healthy, and staying active. Visit CheckupAmerica.com.
Bryce Law with the onside kick, and the Trojans have the football.
Onside kick, predictably by Oak Ridge. They do recover it.
Well, I do not believe the Mustangs were alert on that, but hold the phone. Hold the phone. Did it go far enough?
Referees are discussing whether they touched it before 10.
Hold the phone. A key call upcoming, and Ray Pulley is in charge of our officiating crew.
Team. First
Illegal
down.
touch, Mustang football.
So evidently, here's another look at the onside kick attempt. Bryce Law. There's the touch.
Well, the touch was before 10. Yep, just a deflection there.
Good call. Credit Ray Pulley and his staff. I don't think we've had any real debatable plays all night.
No, they've been consistent.
From the Oak Ridge 48. First down, stay on the ground. Power plus, lunge forward, cross the 40. Vic Oliver.
Hey, all you young Mustangs are going to need a ride. Now's the time to text, call,
They parked the football at the Oak Ridge 40.
whatever you need to do to set up that ride home. So again, if you need
Watch
a ride,
Oliver
now's
get
the
off
time
the
to make that
football
contact.
and watch the yards after contact. He's getting hit. He drags him again, picks up an additional about 3 to 4 yards after contact.
Gain of 8, make it 2nd and 2. Turn and give. It looks like enough for a first down before being shoved back. So Budget was shoved back after the whistle. And that's why the reaction from the host crowd here.
Yeah.
But move the stakes, first down, Monterey Trail. On top, 35-20 with 7:35 to go. Tough D right there to shove that back. And there was no hole there. And Thaddeus Hills with the carry.
He doesn't get many carries, but he's a great blocker, good pass receiver, a tough defender.
Hard-hitting linebacker, and as you say, he doesn't get a lot of carries, but he's run for about 300 yards just as a backup.
Yeah, he is, once again, one of the top linebackers, and doesn't get some of the press or notoriety that the others do, but he is solid.
Gain of 1, 2nd and 9 from the 36. Larrier to throw, over the middle, leap, and grab. Touchdown Mustangs, Andre Crump.
Wow.
Defended by Merrill, and that was a circus catch right there.
Wow, the focus, the athleticism, Andre Crump. Wow.
A 36-yard aerial connection. Larrier to Crump, and he has tied Mike Calvin for most touchdown passes in a season with 17.
Fantastic for Larrier.
Another look.
Have a look. Here you see Larrier going deep. Watch the concentration here. Wow.
Merrill was right there, but not close enough. We'll be back for more.
What if you could invest in the future? The future of kids, like a stock. Not the kind of stock that's about making money, but a stock for social change. A whole new kind of investment called Better Futures. When you invest, it helps kids go to college. Believe in us, invest in us, watch us grow.
My name is Sydney, and I'm your dividend.
Monterey Trail is rocking and rolling. On the board again on the Larrier to Crump touchdown connection of 36 yards. Here's the Michael Lee kickoff to the 6-yard line. Coming out with it is Merrill, finds daylight along the far side and has a run back to about the 28.
Sawyer Merrill with a nice return for the Oak Ridge Trojans once again.
So this has been quite a show by these Mustangs. Of course, their ground game again has been superlative, sparked by Budget and Oliver, but Larrier waited till the 4th quarter before he got into the act with a TD pass.
Yes, and it was a beauty, and of course, a great effort by his wide receiver there. Just Andre Crump having a phenomenal season.
Pass ball incomplete. Larrier with the deflection.
Zach Larrier with the pass defense there after hurling that touchdown pass. That gives him 17, same as his uniform number, tying him with Mike Calvin's 17 TD passes about 10 years ago. Nicely done.
Very well, and of course Larrier is not only outstanding on the football field, he's outstanding in the classroom.
Deep throw, Jacobs gets away from the defender, and extra yardage down the sideline.
Contested pass, caught right number 2, Avon Jacobs. Kyle Budget plays safety net on that one. Stop from score.
6:16 left, midway 4th.
First down to Mustang, 31-yard line.
So the Trojans are up to the line of scrimmage. Clock will start with this touch. Lampson into the ball game. Trying to scramble, gets away, and throws incomplete.
Well, I'll tell you, he's a fighter, very athletic. The quarterback of the future. He'll be directing the Trojans the next 2 years. So I don't know if we'll see him much on defense the next couple of years, but he's very athletic.
That is clearly evident as a pass and run threat. Jenner back into the contest now. Clock stopping at the 6:07. Jenner looks left all the way, nobody open. Throws right side going for Merrill.
Well, he's got an offensive pass interference.
Well, there you see a good close-up on one of the better ball players around town. Coverage there by Prophet Brown.
Pass interference against the Mustangs. They lose the hand check battle.
They're going to call the penalty on Brown when it was clear they were jostling each other. I wouldn't mind seeing that one again. There you see Sawyer Merrill.
Merrill pushed off. We saw that.
However, getting dinged for the penalty.
Interference on the defense. 15-yard penalty results. First down.
Okay, let's look at this. There you see Jenner back to pass. He rolls, flushes the pocket, goes down. Well, we didn't get to see much what that went on prior to the attempted catch.
So it works out well for Oak Ridge. 15 yards and a first down. Jenner looking, rushed, fires. Broken up, incomplete. Good tight coverage right there.
Yes.
I'll tell you, Prophet Brown on him right in his shirt.
Right, very impressive. Prophet Brown, only a sophomore. I'll tell you, he was one fine athlete.
Penalty on the play against Monterey Trail. 2 consecutive, here it is.
That's half the distance to the goal. Replay, first down.
So the Mustangs get stung back-to-back in coverage. First down, football just outside the Mustang 5. Jenner rushed hard, cannot get away. Wow. That was a tremendous pass rush.
Well, I'll tell you, look at that. Yes. Adams can do it all. He can rush the passer and play defense in the secondary.
Here's another look. Antonio Williams flushed him, and Adams finished him.
Wow, he's got outstanding number 80.
No, he's dynamite.
Well,
very versatile. Very
Kevin
versatile.
Adams plays tight end, plays secondary, plays linebacker, and has another year to go.
5:33 left. Second down play for the Trojans. Jenner rushed and sacked. Wow.
Wow, he's right. Andrew Almonte all over him.
28 was shot out of a cannon on that.
Well, Andrew, number 29 and 28, Pantoja, part of your fabulous front four.
There's that front four. Those 2 D tackles, you can see they're not huge, but boy, are they effective. Here's another look.
Here comes the heat. Here comes the heat.
That was a Jenner sandwich between Pantoja and Almonte.
Oh, yes. Welcome to our world. I love the way they play with such intensity. And I'll tell you, the 2 guys next to him, Spearman and Keenan, are pretty good too.
Oh. So here we go. 4:53 left in this one. Oak Ridge playing catch-up. Another heavy rush. He dumps it off, but it's going to be a loss.
Well, the screen was on, but you know what? You didn't fool Almonte.
No.
He covered on that screen.
Double A. Arturo Almonte. Well, they are backing up. This defensive tenacity has just exploded. 4th down, all or nothing for Jenner and company. Big rush. He gets away the pass to the end zone. Intercepted. Wow. What a budget moment. Budget the bullet. Great hands. Fully extended fingertip grab.
Wow, this guy is so athletic. Wow.
That was truly exceptional right there. And we'll have another look at this interception.
Here it goes deep. Jenner deep down in there. Watch Budget.
The extension.
He acted like he was the receiver, and that's what good DBs do.
How about that young man? That was just the cherry on top. Boom.
Victor Oliver out of the center of the Trojan wall. 5-yard gain, second down 5.
The Monterey Trail lined up. They've got no rush. Want to remind you, we'll be selecting our players of the game. He's loose again. Larrier is going to go all the way. Wow.
Look at that Mustang run!
75 yards.
The ball carrier, 75 yards.
Zach Larrier. Well, he's tied Mike Calvin for single season TD passes with 17 and just put a big cherry on top of that Sunday with a 75-yard touchdown sprint. 47-20. Mike Lee, PAT on the way, got it. Well, another look at this sprint.
Watch him fake that handoff and keep it. Look out. Here Larrier's on the loose.
More to come. We'll be right back.
Most of my family, they never graduated high school or even let alone go to college, so I'm trying to break that barrier. Every day after work, went straight to school, studied hard, and it paid off. I could not have done it alone. I see the future is really bright for me. The high school diploma is just added to the confidence, and now I feel unstoppable.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Monterey Trail has put it all together in this D1 semifinal on top 48-20 in scintillating demonstration of all aspects of football. Touchback on the kickoff.
Goalie puts it in the end zone. Biggest celebration of the night right there. Hey, little Mustang, if you need a ride, make that call, send that text.
Well, the Monterey Trail Mustangs have really impressed this crowd. I'm quite sure that Oak Ridge fans are highly impressed. Again, we're going to be naming our players of the game. It will be Lauren Goodman interviewing those stars in our post-game segment. Meantime, another completion out here for short yardage.
Pass complete to either Jackson Bannister or Lee Lozada. Tackled by number 18, Andre Crum. Little pre-snap action here. Mustangs get a hoof across the line.
5-yard penalty results. First down.
'29. Jenner winds up and fires, has a hook up along the left sideline.
To number 16, Sawyer Merrill. Gets out of bounds. Tackle by number 19.
Never say die attitude for Sawyer Merrill with another grab.
He did not get out of bounds, actually.
Clock rolling here with 2.5 to go.
Once again, back to pass, wide open. And right now the Mustangs are not worried about it. They'll give you anything underneath, 10, 15 yards or less underneath. And they're playing, defending the deep ball. So with the clock 2:16 here, they're not worried about anything inside or underneath. Keep the ball in front of you.
I think they'll generally try to go for the big one here. There it is, pump fake. Nobody open. Had to settle for that. Incomplete.
Pass falls incomplete. Pressure by number 47, Jermaine Spearman.
Well, the Monterey Trail Mustangs now improved to 12-0. Finest season ever, continuing in progress under head coach TJ Ewing and company. And their destination will be the section finals to oppose top-ranked, top seed Folsom. Nice effort there across the way.
Yes, a nice screen there. And again, young sophomore Lampson, I'm very impressed with him. I've said that numerous times tonight. Played an outstanding game on defense, good pass receiver, and he certainly can run that Wildcat offense.
2:10 to go, late fourth. Catch-up time for the Trojans. Another sideline route, well executed.
Pass complete once again to number 16, Sawyer Merrill.
Once again, Merrill gathering up some receptions here at the end.
4 straight plays, 4 straight completions to Merrill.
Yes.
Eli, trust your speed. Trust your speed, man.
Tough way to go for the Oak Ridge Trojans and Eric Cavalier's fine program. How about that interception try?
Andre Crump with the interception.
Well, Crump has really stepped it up as a receiver and a defender. A diving interception right there. And unless my memory's altogether failing, is that the first turnover of the game?
I believe it is. We haven't had a fumble. We have had a muffed, but no fumble. And no turnover on the muff, so that's the first turnover we've had.
So the Monterey Trail offense back onto the field after the Andre Crump interception. And I'm quite sure that the remaining minute 53 will not be up there long.
Not very long at all. Got some fresh blood in there, some new, some fresh clean jerseys in there.
And they toss and go wide, and nothing doing.
Budget on the carry.
So they left Budget hung out to dry on
Gain
that.
of a couple. 2nd down and 8 for the Mustangs. Clock is running.
Thaddeus Hills checks in, as does Caleb Ramseur.
Well, I'm sure they don't want to necessarily come. Here comes Budget. I'm glad. I just was about to say it. He's coming out of the game, and you don't need him getting hurt before the big one.
Clock continuing to roll down to the 1:15 mark. Zach Larrier, another exceptional performance, guiding this ball club.
No, I don't. You haven't.
Quick opener, going for big yards. And, you know, Hills is really such a fine, versatile, all-around player.
He'd start in the backfield for many teams in the area. Thaddeus Hill, I'll tell you, he's just another one of the heart and soul players on this football team.
No doubt.
He's a team player all the way. He'll play any position coach wants him to play. When Oliver was injured during the year, Thaddeus Hill played a big role.
Yes, that's a great point to make.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a round of applause for the Oak Ridge Trojans.
Now that's some nice sportsmanship right there.
Well, ahead of time, I like that.
The season have come to section finalists. they might be the fourth best team in the section.
Another kneel down as the clock is winding down.
Yeah, you see some good sportsmanship going on the field here with both teams.
Well, I suppose it can be said that the better team today certainly won in grand style.
Well, definitely.
And as we heard Bill Paxton say on one occasion, game over, man, game over.
Well, to me, the turning point of this football game was early in the third quarter, right after the half, and we've repeated a number of times that the muffed snap along with the fake kick, trying it for fourth down, and the whole game changed there. It was all the Mustangs from that point on.
Excellent analysis there. There's no question that was the precise turning point of this ball game. Such a momentum buster. And again, Monterey Trail knew what to do with those extra opportunities.
Well, they did. They cashed in on them exactly because, once again, that run game took place.
Well, there's some two classy outfits right there with mutual respect for each other. We saw very little demonstration, no taunting at all. I mean, these clubs have a lot of class, and credit their excellent head coaches, T.J. Ewing of Monterey Trail and Eric Cavalier of Oak Ridge.
Here comes the Mustangs, and I'm sure they're telling Coach T.J., were we focused enough, Coach? Because you didn't think we were in that pregame warm-up.
Stay with us. Lots more to come in the post-game segment. Lauren Goodman will be interviewing our players of the game. Stick around.
My grandfather served in World War II. Spending time with him were the best memories of my life. I became a physician at VA because of my grandfather, so I can help others like him. I can't imagine working with better doctors or a more dedicated staff. I'm fulfilling my life's mission with the help of my team and thanks to these veterans. I'm proud to be a doctor at VA and proud to honor my grandfather every day. Search VA Careers to find out more.
I tell people I have 3 kids, one of them's adopted, I just don't know which one.
I can't imagine having to be in a birth mother's position to make that choice.
You know, I was kind of just asking her, you know, what is your motivation? Why are you doing this? And she looked at me and she said, because you can give my son a life that I could not.
We always tell her, thank you. He is such a blessing to us.
Every day is just a ray of sunshine from him. So we're Chanda and Brian, and we chose adoption.
After 15 years of smoking, Eva Marie quit. There's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking. Now start screening. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made her college years happen. Opening that education savings account when she was little. Spearheading a campus tour. And another, and another, and another, and another. Bam! Deciphering financial aid. She was like, what? But now she's like, you aced planning for college. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
Well, we had a real humdinger tonight. The verdict is in, and this decision is indeed final. In Elk Grove, on the campus of Monterey Trail High School, the host Mustangs put it all together in grand fashion, delighted the host crowd that turned out in strength, and impressed everyone here in the stadium with a rousing 48-20 semifinal round victory that places the Mustangs in the section title game for the 3rd time they'll be opposing Folsom High School. Tonight's game really demonstrated all the attributes that Monterey Trail boasts when they really get it in full gear, which they did tonight. and certainly testimony to the great coaching staff that has implemented this rather unique system here at Monterey Trail, headed by T.J. Ewing and company.
Well, as you see, as we're waiting for that interview, all the alumni players that sit out on the field there that played for TJ are there surrounding the team and the coaches. What a loyalty to their school and their alma mater.
You bet, and that wouldn't be there unless some of the great principles had been instilled while they were in school. Again, tip of the cap to this coaching staff and the guidance and the examples that were laid down for them to follow in their course of life. Nothing but great positive strokes and praise for this.
Yes, it's so great to see that loyalty, that stick-togetherness, and hugging going on, and the shaking hands going on, and it shows you what they think of Coach Ewing and his staff.
Well, you know, the admiration and the respect level are so high. The gifts have been bestowed, and we have made our selections of players of the game. You know, most of the rosters for each club could have been singled out in this, but as we see here, we selected a pair from each squad. The outstanding receiver, Avant Jacobs, and his running mate, Sawyer Merrill, for the Oak Ridge Trojans. Quite a tandem there. And Andrew Almonte in that D-line for the Mustangs. And the irrepressible Jaheel Budget. Budget, the bullet, was fired many times tonight. Our Lauren Goodman is standing by with our players of the game. Lauren?
Well, Will, you see tonight it's loaded with talent. So we're going to start with the Oak Ridge Trojans. I'm going to start with Avant. You came out big, scoring in tandems. How did that help your team get to that lead?
You know, we had a great game plan coming into this on offense. You know, just came, Coach said we got to come, offense got to block, big players got to make big plays, you know, and just it was team effort, great team effort.
Now, your energy was electric. They couldn't cover you in the second half. A lot of plays going to you kind of back-to-back. You got 4 catches in a row there. What kind of was your guys' stint in there and looking into you to see that you had the advantage?
Yeah, you know, I was kind of off in practice a little bit going out the week. Had a couple like bad catches, and I said, man, I got to come in this game focused, give it everything I got, because this could be my last game. So I played every play like it was my last.
Now, we talked before coming out, you're a junior, so now you're very motivated coming back. You came into this final game and gave it all. How do you feel being able to return next year?
It feels good, you know. I'm going to miss these guys right here like Sawyer Merrill, you know, great group of seniors we had. Looking forward to next year and seeing what we can do.
Now, you left it all out there on the field, and I talked to Coach Cavalier at halftime. He said you guys wanted to come out with a lot of energy, and obviously you were a big part of that. How does that just help your team and what you are trying to build for yourself individually?
Yeah, for me, I was just come out, man. I said I got to come out with some fire. I got to motivate my team, do what I can do to win, keep them pumped up on the field, keep their heads up, you know, just don't let them down, just keep pushing. Get ready for next year.
Great energy, great energy. Well, now on the other side for the receivers, I have Sawyer. Senior leadership, how big was that coming into tonight?
You know, our seniors, they've been some of my closest friends for like a long time, since like 6th grade and stuff, and we were just coming in. We had to lead our young team. We have a young team, but you know, they've been stepping up all season, and senior leadership was important because just to teach the young guys and make sure that they're playing just as much in the game as we are, and just that's what seniors was important.
Now, you came out definitely as a senior and made a statement tonight. You guys came out with a lot of a lot of energy, even though you guys had the weird, funky week. Did that play any factor into how you guys came out?
We just practiced more in the week, so since we had more time, it gave us more preparation. So honestly, we took advantage of having the 2 weeks. It gave us good preparation for the type of offense that they ran, which we're not really used to running against. And so I think we took advantage of that and we're prepared.
Now, your team got a lot of slant runs. Obviously, you and Avant got in and were able to see those gaps. What were the defense giving you guys to give you those looks and opportunities?
The defense, they had a good defense. They have good athletes. We had a good game plan going in. We were executing it, and they made good plays. We made good plays, and yeah.
Tough battle. What are your plans after this season?
After the season, I want to play college football. I have a few interests. Just wherever God takes me, and that's what I'm going to do.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I've had Sawyer before, and that is the Oak Ridge Trojans. We're going to have the Monterey Trail Mustangs right with us, Will, so I'm going to swing it back to you.
Well, thank you very much, Lauren. A couple of true standouts there, a junior and a senior. Jacobs will be back for another one, and as you could see, the influence of veteran senior leaders like Sawyer Merrill come up big, particularly in the money games like these playoffs and the later stages as you get closer to the big one. This was a semifinal, and you know everything was compounded and multiplied in terms of value, of pressure, of impact, of magnitude. So it goes a long way when you have veteran seniors that don't get rattled in the big games.
That's where the senior leadership comes in, and there's no substitute for experience. And when you got that senior leadership, it carries well, and you got to have it.
Okay, well, we're going to bounce it back down to Lauren. She has a few representatives from Monterey Trail standing by. Lauren?
Now I'm getting an opportunity to present the players of the game for the Mustangs, and they are here with their senior leadership. It was so big tonight. Now, you came out with a lot of energy on the defensive end. How important was that for your team?
That was very important for us because first half we came out kind of slow, so we just had to pick it up at halftime. We talked a lot about energy in the weight room, and so when we came out, we brought it out and showed on the field.
That's great. You talked about the halftime talk. Coach Ewing spoke about the senior leadership and how he was going to depend on you guys communicating to the team what you guys needed and what you guys expected. How did that kind of conversation go?
It's just all the seniors coming together, just talking about what we have to do, adjust. There's no coaches talking to us. It's just all the team players.
A lot of you guys pumped each other up. You talked about that team energy, team talk. How much do you guys respect each other out there on the field?
We respect each other a lot, man. Just it shows on the field how much hard work we put on the field, and
So tonight it was definitely about you guys and the seniors and carrying over. You guys played a big team in Oak Ridge, but how proud are you of your team to make it to that final game and get to play Folsom?
I love this team, man. It was a grind. So proud of us. Yeah. So I hope we can go farther.
Any plans for you for next season? I know you got one more game before it's all over, but any plans for you going into college, or what do you want to do after this season?
Yeah, I'm going to try to go to JC College and then work my way from there.
Awesome. Congratulations on player of the game. Now I'm here with the flashy runner. Power was your game today. You kind of made some statements when you didn't score the touchdown, but when you ran over guys and got up over guys, how big was that for you, just pumping you up and then rolling over to your team?
Just trying to keep the energy up. Everybody knows when we make plays, it's potential for the next guy, and everybody starts making plays and the energy's high. We're hard to stop.
So electric. Everybody's been talking about your speed, and then you come out and get a big break. You guys are building on what you're trying to work for. Obviously, we talked about it before getting to Folsom. How special was tonight's game?
Tonight was great. We feel like we worked too hard to lose, and at halftime we really had to flip the switch. It was really an attitude change. Everybody focused on doing their jobs, and that leads to plays being made, and just everything keeps rolling from there.
Now, I have to piggyback on the fact that you guys have been doing this collectively as a team. Talked to Coach a couple of weeks ago about how long you guys have been together, how much work you guys are doing, how you guys self-check each other. How big is this win for your team and this community?
It's great because when we criticize each other, everybody knows it's out of love. We just want to succeed, and we feel like we put in a lot of work. So there's a bond created over time, and it's just all love.
And you definitely can see that out on the field because you guys have a balanced attack. How easy is it for a running back like yourself to put up big numbers, but then you also have other threats around you who can take that load at any moment?
We got playmakers all over the field, and it's great because there's pressure not on one person. Everybody can make a play. It doesn't allow the defense to key on one person. And coaches do a good job of putting us in position to make plays.
Awesome. Congratulations. Good luck next week at Folsom. Now I have the coach of the ship. Come on, Coach Ewing. You have been here since the school opened, and this is your best season to date. How do you feel about that?
Oh, I feel good for the school and the community and the youth program and all the people that sacrificed. My wife, my kids sacrifice all the time. Coach Akuri, his wife, his family. All the coaches, Coach Renato, all the guys have been here for so many years, and saw our alumni on the sidelines. So proud of the program and what they built, and just legacies. It's hard to develop, and these kids did it. In terms of the hard work, put it together, and they all shine through. So it's been great.
Coach, now I got to talk about that. Last time you battled against Oak Ridge, you were down in Oak Ridge. Oak Ridge took that in the opening round of the playoffs. Was that in the back of your mind a little bit?
Oh, we definitely watched the film of it. We definitely watched the film and just checked and seen things. But this is a different team. Our team and their team is different teams. So, but the coach is still there, and the coach is a really good coach, and he did a great job tonight on his schemes and stuff he did. I thought he really did a good job. But yeah.
Your guys definitely put it all together, and it was a culmination of guys all over. I talked to you before the game. We got to talk about how many just special guys you have and how many special playmakers you have. Really, how magnificent is this team and the players that are on this team?
Yeah, it's been great, and that's something to talk about at halftime. Is I didn't think we used all of them. We went like the strength in numbers idea. Strength in numbers. I thought we did a better job of that in the second half, using all our guys, utilizing all our talent, and when those guys are out there, making plays, it makes everybody's job easier. So there's a team effort, and that's what we talked about.
It's definitely an energy within not only the field and the players and the alumni, but the community. There's definitely something special, and we talked about it before, something special happening here within your community and your players, and just how special, or can you talk about the magnitude of that and that impact has been all season?
Yeah, like I said, just perseverance, hopeful people, people that were believed and stuck by a common goal. People all stayed with it and didn't turn their back on what made them great. That's one of our big mottos. Don't turn your back on what made you great. So, there's a lot of things we do, a lot of traditions we have, and our kids have bought into it, and our community's bought into the same thing. So it just kind of filtered into the whole school, and we've had a lot of buy-in of great principals and VPs we've had over the years. Done a great job building that Mustang tradition.
Coach, now I have to highlight something. I know they see you as a big-time winner. Now you're going to the dance. But, Coach, you have multiple players over 4.0s or at a 4.0 GPA. How does that excellence that you expect in them on the field roll over into their classrooms and everything else that they do?
Well, it starts with accountability. That's really what they do, is they have peer accountability rather than coach accountability. It's more the peer-to-peer, getting them to buy into an idea that, something's greater than them, and, constantly using that as a vehicle to, monitor their daily behavior. And so I just think they've bought into that at big time. And we have so many different things we do on a day-to-day basis, year-long, that kind of keeps that tight in terms of their ideas of what they want to do for themselves successfully in their lives. So, yeah, it's just part of the program.
Well, Coach, now you've got this victory out of the way, and you're going to have a 1-2 battle down in Folsom. Let's just talk a little bit about that before we go.
Well, they're a really good team and outstanding coaches, and they do a great job. They're traditionally very, very good, and we played them back in our old days of the Delta River League teams, and but this is a different monster. They're a different team, and they have a lot of great players. So, we're humble. We respect them, and we know what they have to offer. So we'll have to get a good week of practice in and make sure we're identifying what we do and execute what we do, and hopefully make it a good game.
Awesome, Coach. Congratulations on the big win. And to Monterey Trail, thank you guys for hosting us again. Back to you, Will.
Thank you very much, Lauren. Nicely done. Nicely covered. Very grateful, yet always humble and modest.
Oh, that's the mark of TJ. He's just down home, old school, with today's technique. If I could describe him, he's just solid. The players believe in him. The school believes in him, and they worked at it year round. And one of the things I really liked hearing from him is how hard they worked in the weight room, because people forget that you don't just appear with these guys out on the field, and they're a hell of a lot bigger, faster, stronger than they were last year because the coaches made them work hard in that weight room.
Well, hard work is essential. And they put in the hard work, no question about it. The example is there and the ethic has been installed, and that's the result of that hard work. So number 2, Monterey Trail stops number 3, Oak Ridge, in this D1 semifinal, 48-20, and opens the door for the Mustangs to enter that championship game circle against number 1 Folsom, the third time to the dance for T.J. Ewing and company. Well, next week we have a little announcement we can pass on to you. We are moving indoors.
Yes, indoors and on to the hardwood. Basketball season already underway is just ahead on Access Sacramento's Hometown Sports Game of the Week. So stay with us, stay tuned, and we will have an excellent round ball season slated for you for the next few months. So that being said, we shift from football to basketball, but it's been quite a ride this football season for Access Sacramento's Hometown Sports Game of the Week. Our devoted crew has kept things lively and also kept things professional along the way in these 14 weeks. So we thank you for joining us, and it must be said once again that the entire Hometown Sports Game of the Week broadcast crew pays special appreciation to the Monterey Trail High School administration, particularly Athletic Director David Coronado, for their assistance and cooperation with our broadcast arrangements for these telecasts. The Hometown Sports Game of the Week is a special sports presentation of Access Sacramento in association with Play-by-Play Sports Productions. For the Imperator of Analysis Hall of Famer Jim Domino, for Lauren Goodman, and for our game director Nick Dunn, I'm Will James. We thank you for joining us and remind you to stay dialed in to Access Sacramento programming. Upcoming the 2018-2019 basketball season and our coverage of those games. From Monterey Trail High School in Elk Grove, again our final score in this Division I semifinal encounter: Monterey Trail 48, Oak Ridge 20. So long, everyone.
Sacramento's Hometown Sports Game of the Week is available for purchase on DVD. For more information, call Access Sacramento, 916-456-8600, extension 0. This has been a Hometown Sports Game of the Week broadcast from Access Sacramento. Major underwriting support this season for Hometown Sports Game of the Week on Access Sacramento is provided by the Sacramento Metropolitan Cable Television Commission. Access Sacramento also thanks Sharif Jewelers, fine jewelers since 1932. Sharif Jewelers, a longtime sponsor of community television. And Folsom Lake Honda, a proud sponsor of Access Sacramento's Hometown TV and Game of the Week, and a partner in our community, Folsom Lake Honda.